GRG podcast, where we talk about the latest in gaming news, hot topics, and more.
Let's go!
With guests Lady Infamous, Delilah HD, 108 Dragons TV, Triple Cup Chuck, Live Wires Gaming, Blood Knuckles, 100, Kaleidoscope, and your host, K Mega 405. The GRG podcast
starts right now.
We're doing it live.
I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go in on it. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna say a little bit about it, but I ain't gonna kill it. But it's definitely looking like it looks like dog shit.
And this is how we start the GRG podcast. I had to set you up with that one. All right, this is how we set up the GRG podcast. Everybody, what's going on? What's happening? Man, after the epic rant last week, promise you that there will be no rants this week. You know, there was a couple of boy bands that got upset with me about what I said, but it's okay. We all good, man.
Boy bands.
It's all good, man. But regardless of it, of the fact, man, I'm happy to be here as usual and with the team. And man, first off, I got to go straight at my boy right now. Say, man, congratulations, and give the introduction to the new 1,000 subscriber member. What's going on with you, Triple Cup Chuck, man? Congratulations, bro. You know what I'm saying? Another GRG brother made it. That's what I like to see, man. Oh. See?
You know they had floods in New Orleans.
I know. I know.
In Baton Rouge.
I know.
In Baton Rouge.
But no, he still got to. He said, he said he had to go get beanbags and stuff.
He is podcasting from a rowboat going by his crib.
He is, yes. And hey, you don't have to go see Crawl. It's there to lose. Yeah,
I heard it's good though.
Yeah, it is good. It's real life. That's what he's going to go through. Y'all, man, hey, Live Wire is on time, bro. Anyway, so let's go to that, because you know what, that's got to give a special. We're gonna have to do something special for Live Wire for that one. Our Donald Trump. So let me go to here until Chuck comes up here, man. What's up with you, Live Wire? What's going on? What you been playing? What's happening, man?
I've been playing a lot of stuff. I've been playing Thumper. I like that game a lot, man. And I've been playing shit. I've been jumping back on Days Gone. Yeah, it's you know, it's not bad, but you know, it is what it is.
Okay, all right.
But you know, I'm playing it. You know, it's good enough for me to play. I'll tell you that. There you go.
It's all good. It's all good, man. I mean, you don't got to.
Hey, my microphone was muted.
Yeah, your mic.
Yeah.
When did you figure that out?
When did you figure that out?
Just figured it out, man. Hey, I'm over here like, I'm doing my intro like, Triple come up. What's up, man? I thought appreciate it, man. I'm here. And then all of a sudden, I hear you say, "Oh, we got Live Wire in here." Hold up, I'm still in here, man. Let's do this. And then I said, "Hold up, man, is my microphone muted?"
But yeah, we was over here like, what's going on? Anyway, all right, okay, Live Wire finish up, and then we'll go ahead and get to Chuck, man.
Oh no, man, I'm good. Let him go.
All right. Well, do it again, man. Triple Cup Chuck in the building, man. Mr. 1000 himself.
Woo!
Man, another GRG member has hit it. And man, what's going on with you, bro? What's up?
Man, I feel like Babe Ruth right now when he just be standing there and he wait to let the two balls go by, and then he hit it, poof, the third one out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? It was a struggle, and I appreciate every individual person. I had to take my time to make sure I kind of at least pronounced the word correctly.
Good luck.
You know what I'm saying? Just to thank everybody, and then, you know what I'm saying, all my family right here with GRG, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been holding me down, man. I've been rocking with you since, you know what I'm saying, ever since you started GRG, like on that day one when you were trying to get the stuff together. I mean, you know what I'm saying, when Lemmy came in here, Live came in here, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, straight out the dump, treated me like family, and I, you know what I'm saying, it feels good just, you know what I'm saying, to say, hey, look, you know what I'm saying, it's motivation, it helped push me, helped me want to be on podcasts, you know what I'm saying, be a part of the community, man. It's a blessing, man. Look, we got a hurricane finna hit us in the morning. I said, man, I'm going to get on podcast and have a party with my people. We're going to do this here. We're going to go live, you know what I'm saying, all the way live. Man, your boy Triple Cup Chuck up, and I ain't going to rant no more. Let's go.
This feels like a send-off, and I'm worried.
hey, man, that's how you do it. Like I said, man, you ain't got to worry about watching Crawl, because Triple Cup Chuck going to have that live footage while y'all over here watching this man play that fight night, man. He's a monster in that game, man. He's an absolute monster. I can't deny it. He's a monster. Him and Tax are monsters in that game.
He didn't knock my ass off several times.
Yes. Yeah. I was over here. He's like, hey man, you got a good counter, Mega. I'm like, yeah, thank you. You know, I'm like, all right, I'm about to put these counters on his ass. And next thing you know, he says, but this is where you made the mistake. And then next thing you know, I'm laid on my ass. I'm like, Jesus, he just playing with me. But anyway, all right, man, let's get on to it, man. Our rookie, well, yeah, you're still the rookie. It ain't been a year yet. Our rookie of the year. And now our personal GRG lawyer, Operations Op. What's up with you, bro? What's going on?
What's up, y'all? I've been chill, bro. I've been playing a lot of We Happy Few lately, and that game, like the story alone, is one of the better stories I've played this year. I know it didn't come out this year, but like, damn, like it's that good for me. Like, yes, it's rough around the edges, has bugs, has performance issues. It's not a looker, but that really doesn't matter to me. But like, if you can just like appreciate it for what they're trying to do with the game, because it's really a unique take on most open world RPGs, because like. You don't see many melee-based RPGs out there right now. You have a few there every now and then, but like this was primarily melee combat as well. And just like how this whole story works together over your time playing, it's just like it's a great experience. I think Compulsion are gonna be like another sleeper hit studio. Microsoft has behind their back because like what they're doing right now with this game, like a very slim budget from crowdfunding, and they're able to achieve what they did so far. What I've seen so far, like, and now that the back end Microsoft right now, they're gonna do wonders. Maybe next Ninja 3 if they really try.
Have you completed it completely or just the?
And I'm still playing. Well, I'm saying what I've experienced so far, I'm loving it.
Okay, yeah. No, it's pretty. I mean, I beat Arthur's story, but I gotta do the chicks thing and then do the old guys.
Yeah, Sally's. Yeah.
Nice. But that's
if you got Game Pass, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, and it's on Game Pass as well. So yeah, I haven't got a chance to play it yet. But you go find those diamonds in the rough, and I like that. That's what makes everything diverse, man. Because you got certain people that just only play certain things, and then you got people that will play a little bit of everything. And I mean, you got
new things you like.
Yeah, and then I'll have to give them a chance just because. I mean, because you're not the only one that's brought up about We Happy Few. So, all right. Excuse me. So, all right, good deal. Now we're moving on. 108 Dragons TV over here calling somebody at 1 o'clock in the morning talking about, man, you better answer the phone when I call, bro. We got what's going on. We got business to talk about. I got work in the morning. What you want, man?
Life is good, baby, and I ain't been playing shit. I've been watching goddamn Stranger Things. Woo! Season 3.
So you telling me you watching TV? You fraud. And you ain't playing no game.
Yo, I'm binge watching. I'm binge watching.
That's a good ass.
Let me.
You can say what you want to say. It's still on my Xbox.
That means you're not a gamer no more. You can't watch. You can't do nothing but play games. If you a gamer, you going to the. Wait, what do you mean you going to the movies, dog?
You know what I'm saying? Watching it in that 4K HDR glory. You already know how we doing these gaming streets.
Let me. You got
back you, lad.
You
lad.
Blu-ray player. They think that Xbox 4K Blu-ray.
Gotta be so low.
I know.
I showed a little bit of my Blu-ray collection today. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Elbows hurt from cleaning all these goddamn movies. My man Sick will tell you I got over 1,500 facts. But I'm ready to get into these topics. Glad to be back. Fresh off the boy band hate. Whoa!
Oh, man.
In the building, baby. Let's get it.
All right. So basically, you telling me that you already, because you know that some of the boy bands listening. That's just what they do. But
it's a bull.
Yeah. But regardless, the thing of it is that they're gonna take something and they're gonna use that against you, man, saying that you fraud.
They can't use nothing against me. I don't need YouTube to pay my cell phone bill. Facts.
Anyway,
my name is Lemon, aka Money Mayweather. Step up to the baddest box, baby. Let's go.
You do this for the buck.
We just messy.
I'm up like my man Triple Cup, up to 1,000 racks, baby. Let's go.
Lemon, see, that's why you a fraud, because you go to work, man. The gamer don't have no job.
Nah, we in our basement.
See, this is the problem. I started something and I shouldn't. Stop it. Let's move on.
All right,
we got one more person. We got stop it. Let's
sorry, y'all.
Let's reel that back in. Oh man, I had a good time. I had a good time the other day. It was so fun. Anyway, 100 is in the building, man. He said this show was sponsored by what?
This song is sponsored by Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? What's it? Limited edition, very special, made by some dude. It's in cursive. I can't read that shit. I'm on my third drink. But
your third drink?
My third drink.
This is gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be episodes a day.
I'm cutting it with some Sprite. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto champagne.
All right, cool.
But y'all know this is your boy, Keep It a Buck, aka Agent Orange. I don't give smoke no more. Tear gas in the building. You know what I'm saying? About to have a good GRG tonight. You know what? Hunter been playing Blazing Chrome a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing with some of these indies. You know what I'm saying? That's in Game Pass. Riverbond. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like that.
Riverbond is not bad. Yeah, no, Riverbond's not bad.
I played the new State of Decay joint. I just gotta play with somebody because that shit get hard. By yourself.
You gotta play with Livewire.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump in once I get done playing. Once I get done playing Shadow of War, then I'll jump in because there's only.
Well, we'll see you next year.
No, man, I know I got 70 hours in that game already,
that
but
game
I'm at 42% right now. So
good luck.
I'm gonna get it done. I love that game though. That game is definitely.
That game is fire.
It's definitely one of the best games this generation. That game should have been nominated for Game of the Year for that year that it came out. No doubt about it. That game is amazing. It is fantastic. I don't know. I know that they gave a lot of controversy towards that game, but Shadow of War, if you have not played it, I highly, highly recommend it. The story goes with it, especially if you're a Lord of the Rings fan. It goes with it. It just sets everything up for where I've been seeing right now, and just the combat system is like, whoa! it's way more robust than what God of War is. Even The Witcher, like The Witcher has plenty of things that you could do. It's got the best combo system, and it's almost too much. It's crazy. I highly recommend it.
I gotta give some shout outs real quick to people that have been supporting us for long weeks. I don't want to leave nobody out, but first of all, let me get into my man Saltiest Gaming. That's my guy. I never shouted this person out. Lady Foxfire, I see you in here consistently every week. Black Rider, Nemesis, y'all always on deck. Of course, my boy Sick, and my man will be here in a minute. Mr. Frank Thomas.
Mr. Frank Thomas, yeah.
You already know. I got to shout out for the constant support, man. Constant support.
And big shout out to the Saltiest Gaming right here, popping in here, man. What's good? What's good with you? Got to get you back on the show sometime, bro. Anyway, I forgot to ask you.
The games I was finished playing. Damn, got me cutting 100 off. See, that's why I came in last week.
What you talking about? Who are you talking about?
I wanted to say one more game. I wanted to.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. What game was that?
Void Bastards. That's a pretty good game. I played for about an hour yesterday.
Oh yeah.
What he said? Boy band?
No.
He said boy band?
Stop it. No, he said Void Bastards.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Void Bastards.
My mic was messed up.
Yes,
Void Bastards.
Void Bastards.
Hey, that
talking about
worse,
it last week. Oh no, Op was talking about 2 weeks ago. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, that's a pretty good game. It's in depth. It is not that easy to play. It's in depth, and I played it for an hour. You know, since another game, I forgot of it. I was playing because I just went straight indies. When the game passed, I'm like, let me go grab all the indies and see what's good and what's not good. Because, you know, I play everything, including some of their moms out there.
Oh, God. Okay, all right. We see where the third cup is taken by the time the show is over, which we will not hit 3 hours. We will not.
We got to get Jazzy Noop on the show.
Yeah, we do. We got to get Jazzy in here. There's a lot of people we need to get on here. We got to get a lot of people in here. I've been saying I was going to get my boy Knox on here, and because he has a different set of opinions. And I got to start reaching out to more people because maybe some people out there think that we may not have it, you know, just like somebody who's completely opposite of us come on, and that's not the case at all. We don't mind. We don't have no problem. We just don't want any bullshit. That's all the thing of it is. We just want to talk about the gaming. But anyway, I forgot to ask you, Chuck, what games have you been playing if you've had the time? Because it's been almost my level working.
Hey, check this out. The games I've been playing. Now, some people might know exactly how I'm feeling. I have a huge backlog of games. Some of them I haven't even touched. So I ended up, and there was this one in particular game, because, you know, I love my Marvel and DC. I never played that Batman origin story. Like, cause, you know, so I went from like 360 to the Xbox One. And, you know, that and on Grand Theft Auto, they came out around the same transformation from the 360 to the one. So I just assumed that it was gonna come to the one. So I said I'll wait for it. And then that's when they had the new Batman. I was like, I'm not gonna go back and reach for that Batman. But then all of a sudden, I say, hey, let me try it out. And that is to me, that's better than the Arkham Knight, the last Arkham that came out. Arkham
yeah, it wasn't Asylum. I forgot what it was called. It was the last the one that you were driving the car most of the time.
Yeah, when it went on Batmobile. Yeah, that
which was still awesome though.
No,
it was a good game.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying, how amazing this was, a 360 game, and it's on a level, and to me it exceeds it with the story. I mean, I've been on that UFC. I had went back, reached back on that because I was watching some UFC fights. I had got back hyped into some UFC. So when I couldn't watch the fight, I was on the UFC fight. And I've been doing a lot of that, and Madden. But the games, all the games I'm waiting for is coming out real soon, and they got a lot of stuff that got my attention. They got, brought them nasals and opened them up so I could start smelling the roses again, because they've been having a lot of people doing a lot of shitty things around in this gaming community. But I'm glad a lot of this dust is clearing up. But we we can see games, and we can see a future of gamers, and then you can see our generation. Now we're starting to see what this next generation, and we can look at a whole different generation of how they game, and they bring it to a different level. Man, it's gonna be a beautiful thing. Let's do this.
No doubt. All right. After the longest intro in podcast history, I think we're gonna get down to it. All right, let's go.
Get it.
Anyway, let's get to it. I'm going straight to my man Op on this, because I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't know too much about this game at all, but I know that him and Bloody would have been definitely wanting to talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead and ask my man Op. Give us a little bit of information about the game from Software called the Legendary. What's it called? Legendary Metal Wolf Chaos. Metal Wolf Chaos. Give us a little info on that, man.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. He's really the only stand for this game, because he also said he was in DMs.
So how are we gonna talk about something that
I can talk about it?
I never claimed I knew much about it.
I know about it.
How are we gonna talk about something that really nobody on this panel really
I know about it?
Really, I'm not really too much interested in it, to be honest with you. But I mean, I didn't even when I saw it, I was like,
re-release for them.
Do you want me to talk about it, K-Mega? Because I know plenty of it.
Lemon don't like it.
No, it has nothing to do with that. But I know about the game, though.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, you play as the president of the. This is gonna really make a lot of sense. You play as the president of the United States. That his vice president is trying to take over the planet. So you jump in your personal mech, and you're battling the forces of the vice president who made you look like the bad guy.
Pause. Flag on play. How the hell does the vice president subvert the president?
You see, that already is a no-no.
Okay, so let me know if this is a remake of
no, it's re-released. It's
okay.
re-released.
Well,
because this sounds so like PlayStation 2, like Nintendo, Wii, or GameCube, or even Dreamcast, something like old like that, or even OG Xbox. But this damn.
All I'm gonna say is,
like a modern.
Ladies and gentlemen, when this game come out, I don't like to crap on any game. It looks like a PlayStation 1 game with no love. It's bad.
Hey man, Sleepy Goblin.
I'm reading an article that says released for the original Xbox back in 2004.
Oh, see, what did I tell you? I didn't even know that information, but I already said it just from the sound of it, from what I gathered, is that when you have that type of storyline, which is B movie quality at best.
No, C movie.
C movie. That's one of the movies that go with Troll and Rotten Tomatoes, even though I did like Attack of the Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Facts.
I did love that movie though. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I know you didn't see
that. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I watched that movie so many times as a kid. Anyway,
because as a kid, right, we ain't had no choice.
I mean, you got to think about Gremlins. Didn't make no sense, but it was still good.
But Gremlins,
hey, how dare you talk about it? Gremlins
was also
it was funny as hell.
No. What's his name? What's the name that made that, man? Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg. Right. That's not no low budget movie.
Right. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. You talk about a Mogwai, man. Come on,
man. You said probably because I seen Gremlins.
Bright light.
Bright light. Yes, bro. I love that shit.
Facts.
I love
that was the first coming of Ewoks. Don't do that.
No, Ewoks came before
it
that.
It did, but it made Ewoks look even better.
All right. Anyway, so regardless, anybody else know anything about this game? Because right now, I really don't care about talking about it.
Oh, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead. Finish it up, please.
So now you jump into the mech, which is fully customizable. You can't use the same weapon twice. You can have lock-on weapons. You attack ships. It has a auto aim system, and it looks like dog shit.
Come on, man! There's people out here that really want to play this game.
It looks like a bad cell phone game. No, it's bad. I'm not gonna co-sign nothing. Listen,
you know what? Well, okay.
I love my Japanese mech games.
I'm gonna look for it right now.
What was the one we played? Kill La Kill. That's a dope fighting mech game. The one me and you played. Yeah. That game is trash.
Oh yeah, that game that's going out for the PlayStation and the Switch. Yeah, that game is dope. Yeah,
that game is dope. This game is horrible.
But this is an old game though, so
it looks old, plays old, feels old, sounds old.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any interest in it? I mean, you know.
Sounds like a crowdfunding game.
Okay. I'm finna look right now as we talking. I'm finna look at I'm finna watch the trailer. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit something about it. Okay, it's from
11.
Okay, but this is from software. This is from software, and they're bringing this back. And this is going to be, I guess, is this only going to be played on
by the end of the first quarter of the 21st century?
Please
Stop it. Okay, yeah. Graphically, no. I wish I could switch this over so y'all guys could see that. That's got to be the next thing that I got to do is figure out.
What am I looking up, K-Maker, so I can see what you looking?
It's called Metal Wolf Chaos. So
we're giving that game too much energy.
No. This is part of our topics. This is the first topic.
We got to. Ain't this one like a game that bloody light? This one
this is a game that Bloody likes. Op wanted to talk about it. Now Op trying to act funny and say, "Oh no, you fighting in a western? You fighting in a western town, and you got some cool weapons."
Oh man, this is on Xbox. What are you talking about?
Is it coming on Xbox too?
Yeah, I see the demo right here. I mean, the gameplay trailer right here.
Okay, so it's coming on everywhere. It's coming everywhere. So all right, so sorry, 100. It's coming. And
from was it Devolver?
Yeah, Devolver.
Digital, yeah,
Devolver Digital. That's yeah. So regardless, I'm looking at it right now, and yes, I have to agree.
None of the Dales up in here watching the show tonight.
No, I'm just saying. Well, this is an old game. Like it didn't age very well. I mean, this is supposed to be.
It looks like
killing it. I'm not killing it. I'm saying a 47th president flies mechs. Oh, I mean, it's got promise for an old game.
Yeah, it got promise to be like a doormat.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, we giving this game too much light. They not even advertising this game. We advertising it more than them.
This game looks like oh man, what's that game that came out?
Surge. It looks like it looks like where Surge got their motivation from. Actually,
it looks like Phantom Dust.
Oh, graphically, yes, it looks like Phantom Dust. Graphically,
it's near there. It's near there.
Yeah.
Phantom Dust looks a little bit better in some ways, but it's pretty damn close to one another.
Okay.
This is a PS2.
Matter of fact, they got Xbox original OG games that's enhanced that look better than that.
Well, yeah,
this is a PS2 game. This is a PS. Oh yeah, because Ninja Gaiden shits all over this game.
Well,
it takes a mad, wet, nasty shit on this game.
Okay. All right. See, we get too messy.
Yo, let's move on. Let's move on before we waste too much time talking about this game.
This game right here, it's got a little Gundam in it. It's got a little bit of, some other stuff. I mean, the story, it might be compelling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it sounds crazy to me about the 47th president. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because that's just 2 presidents away from our 45th president. I mean, you never know. You know what I'm saying? And the vice president, they banging. They out there, you know what I'm saying? They got mechs. I mean, that could be a possibility. Right?
You fighting on a beach that doesn't even look like sand. It look like a bad texture. I'm good.
Oh man,
I'm good.
Okay.
Next.
What about price? What about price? Well,
it could be free. I'm not playing. That game is horrible.
Okay, guys, give me price. People in the chat, if you've already seen the video of this, please let me know the trailer. Let me know what you think about it. Watch the trailer.
Too expensive for that video.
Trust me, watch it and judge it for yourself. But the thing of it is, it's okay. Price. Now, if the price is right, what would be the right price? I should say, Chuck.
Next to nothing.
Chuck, what kind of price would you think this game should get for people to jump on?
Our games, if it ain't a free game, I think our games should get at least a $4.99 mark.
Oh man, come on, let's not be cheap. Don't do that.
I pay $4.99 for Pac-Man. I pay $5 for.
This looks way better than Pac-Man.
It don't.
No, it don't. No, it don't. Yo, K-Mega out here frauding, and he still want to talk about this game. Come on, man. Let's go to the real subject. This shit is horrible.
Okay, bro. I just asked you. Okay, people in the chat. Somebody, Saltiest Game said free, but you salty, man. You always salty. You always be.
Nah, he's right.
Hey, man. Our man Freddie Fox said $30. He says he put 30 yuccas on it.
You know what? I'm gonna start making games and sell it directly to him.
Six Slayer said $15 to $20. I think $15 to $20 is the proper amount. What do you guys think? I don't know.
Nah, the proper amount be about $9.99.
No, that game is gonna be about good.
It's gonna be
30 or 40.
Yeah, it's gonna be like $20.
I think that game's gonna be $30 or $40
in the budget game.
It ain't gonna. I don't think it's gonna.
I'm playing. Minecraft looks graphically more challenging.
This is the Xbox version. I can't imagine what it looks like on PlayStation.
Oh no! Come on, it was probably on the regular PS4.
Well, I'm just saying because the Xbox version is in 4K, so imagine it looks.
No, that game is not in 4 anything.
Yeah, you gotta think about that. Take much to
oh, okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You will be now. Look, these aren't the actual prices of the game right now. Okay, let me say this right. These are the actual prices of the game right now because it's not out. But I guess this is pretty much a collector's item.
Oh Lord.
And so, okay, Xbox mint condition full package of Metal Wolf Chaos for Microsoft. The price? Can I get a guess? Anything? Can I get? I mean, everybody. Anybody?
$149.99.
Oh hell no.
Okay. Lemon, do you want to give a price? A guess on the price?
Nope, I don't give a price or give a shit.
Okay. Since you want to talk about this, what do you?
What did I say? I want to talk about this.
You said you put this in the comments. You put this in the DMs. You said
want to flush the topic out.
Okay.
I just want to skip this topic.
Hey, you didn't say skip. You didn't put no emphasis on it. You just
brought it up. Bloody. I'm buying that. I'm looking at
Bloody ain't here. Bloody's out there doing
nostalgia. Nostalgia. That's what it was.
Bloody out there working.
Oh, you know why y'all thought it was coming out on PlayStation? Because PlayStation released this 2 days ago. Xbox had this up like a week ago.
Oh,
that's
okay.
why.
All right, that's what it is. All right. Anyway, well, give me a price. Give me a price of what this is right now.
For the collection edition.
Yes.
All right. It came out in 2004. $70 maybe.
All right. 4/12/2017. This version is $105.99. 6.
Can you show a picture of it?
6/9. No, I can't. Because I'm looking at I'm looking on my computer. 6/9/2016. Mint condition, not a flaw anywhere. Microsoft Xbox 2004, $139.46, and then in 2015, $729. Xbox, the Japanese game, that's all they put in here. $153.50. I don't even know why they even added the cent, but I don't know, man. But that's the prices that I'm seeing right now. So the last price that I seen was in 2017 for this game for $105. So it did depreciate. So right now it's 2019. So maybe it's around $80.
Okay, Mega, you're gonna lose.
That's interesting.
Okay, all right. All right, I'm getting the hell out of here. All right. Anyway, all right, moving on, man. You wanted to talk about it. I was like, all right, we can talk about it. All right. Well, let's move on and let's talk about the Nintendo Switch.
Uh-oh.
All right. All right. So now I still have not gotten a Switch yet. I still am going to get a Switch, but I'm now conflicted because now Nintendo They are jumping out with a new compact, lightweight console that is dedicated for handheld play, baby, and it's come in an array of colors that can satisfy that palate. All right, so the Nintendo Switch Lite, fellas. I'm going to start off with you, 100, and because I know you have a Switch, you've been playing Zelda a little bit. What is your thoughts about the Lite? Would you be interested in getting one?
I'm kind of disappointed because I could have just bought that shit. I don't put my shit in. I don't put that in desktop. I don't put it in a dock. You scratch it up my screen, but it's gonna sell because it's Nintendo. They gonna make all these bundles with it. If someone doesn't have a Switch and you want to put it in dock mode, that's a good price. I'm not gonna lie, a good price. The screen is smaller. My thing is, my gripe with Nintendo is, and I said it from the get-go, you can give me a 1080p screen, but you're gonna sell me a 720 screen, and then you're gonna sell me another smaller 720 screen. And it's to me it's the Nintendo enthusiasts gonna love it. They're gonna think it's the best thing since sliced bread. They're gonna love it. Is it something? Some people saying I don't take my Switch outside. I do. It's a portable thing. Only gripe I have, only thing I think about is good for right now. But when somebody put out a certain product, I ain't gonna say who gonna put out a certain product, and the Switch gonna be irrelevant in a minute. So I heard they're gonna come up with another Switch, a little bit more powerful. May put another Tegra in it and make some of these games.
What'd you say? A what?
Tegra
chip. Okay. I thought he messed up. I was gonna say let him be country.
No. It might be another. That's a mobile chip that they're using. So, everybody use it. I remember Microsoft changed the DVD player out of the 360, and stuff like that. So, it's a hit. It's a yay and nay with me. I think if you give to a kid that destroys stuff, like my son, he destroys stuff. Like I'm like, where you Switch at? And his mom tell me it's under his bed, collecting dust. I'd rather spend $200 than spend $399. And I'm like, when the last time you played Mario? And he told me when Jesus came back. I said, I didn't know he came back. That's the last time I played it. But man, it's what it is. But shout out to Nintendo. They're trying to corner the market. I'm not mad at it.
Okay. All right. Big shout out to Sir X-Man and Kunistina. What's going on with you? I see Bloody Knuckles in the chat. What's going on with you, man? Damn. Triple Cup Chuck.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. I'm coming to you about this one. Do you have a Switch yet? If not, would you be interested in the Switch Lite?
Now, actually, when I seen the Switch, I seen it yesterday. When I had seen it, I said, you know what? It's kind of intriguing because you really don't want to dock it, because when you at your house playing the game, you playing your Xbox or your PlayStation, you playing your main console. The Switch is the pick me up and go type thing, or you don't have to be necessarily like out and about. You could just walk outside in your front yard, and you might just want to sit out there for a few minutes, get your suntan, and you go play your Switch. You know what I'm saying? Something to entertain you with that. So when I seen a minute, I was like, when, because right now it's $200. So the only thing I'm thinking about, like, if they by the time they put it out, and they might push out a Black Friday deal and drop it to like $150, man, casual's gonna eat that alive. And I'm just looking at, like, Nintendo is actually the smartest out the three, because they showing who's been doing this here. And Nintendo is, people don't give Nintendo their credit. I haven't been giving Nintendo their credit, but I understand now that Nintendo is smarter than what people actually give them credit for. And what they was doing, they market themselves in the right position to be, to pull off where they be able to do stuff like that. But another person that's smart and they ain't a trillion, they're a $1 trillion company now, Microsoft. And I don't know, is it is one of the topics we was talking about with Microsoft new controller? Because I thought I seen it, but I didn't. I don't know if I seen it.
No, that was probably for something from last week.
Okay, well, hey, check this out. Microsoft got this controller now. I can see they falling behind the Switch. People don't know. That's why I say it's good. When I was saying earlier about we seeing the new generations, we got our generations, on the big TVs, and we know the newer generations, they more mobile gamers, but they still gamers. Now Microsoft is going full-fledged in this. They bringing out an Xbox, or what I was saying with an Xbox controller that, you know what I'm saying, that connect onto your phone, like how the Switch controller is, but it's the Xbox version of it. I said, you know what? When they do that Xbox X Cloud, that's gonna be some high selling shit right there. Then not just you can, you know what I'm saying, put your controller there, but you have an actual case for your controller. I was like, damn, now that's what's up. But yeah, man, Nintendo. But me personally, I'm more interested in it. But that's one of them things that I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, a hyena. I'm gonna be sitting back waiting, and I'm gonna wait till Black Friday to see if I'm gonna get that awesome deal, and then I'll buy it because Zelda and Mario, I know their story. It's the same story, so I don't. Those I don't have to rush to buy it. I just get them as they come.
Nice. Man, we have a celebrity in the chat. Well, we got a whole bunch of celebrities, but we got a celebrity in the chat, man. Big shout out to the queen out there, Queen Stream, as I call her, man. Miss K. What's going on with you, young lady?
Miss K.
What's going on with you? What's up? Yeah, we see this bum out here, Philosopher Doom. We got to get in and get sessions in Mortal Kombat because I haven't played Mortal Kombat in a while. And I got to get that session popping. And I see my boy Dakota Vaca. Did I say it right?
Dakota Vaca.
Dakota Vaca. I always mess it up. I always mess it up. Just Vaca. He said his son always laugh at me when I mess up his name. Yeah. His name shouldn't look like that. Damn. Anyway.
This man said a whole state. Get out of here.
I did. Because I thought like he was from Dakota or something, but it's not even Dakota. I'm looking at it now.
My tough master right now.
I know. Hey, a little bit of that Oklahoma come out of me, man. I just sometimes let me be country. That's why I say let me be country. Yeah. Oh, big shout out to Sir X Man. He says I'm getting the Switch Lite, and it's going to sell because it's going to be the cheapest console there. Is because it's starting to play third-party games. That part is true.
Besides for the Xbox, the dishless Xbox, that's gonna be what, $150.
Yeah, but that's a what you call it.
Well, yeah, but
Switch Lite is not a console. Console fucking TVs.
All right, well let me go to live. Let me go to Livewire. Get his thoughts about it, and then I'm going to get everybody's turn. What Livewire? What do you think about the new Switch? I already know that you got one. Would you get rid of the one you got or get an extra one? I mean, do you even like the Switch that much? What do you think about the price point, things of that nature?
Yeah, I don't play it like that, so I'm good with the shit I got. $200, it's good. But for me, I mean, I'm straight. I ain't gonna lie. And I play my shit docked most of the time anyway, so you know, it is what it is. I don't really do a lot of handheld gaming.
That was quick. That was real quick. You know what? Since Miss K's in here, I got to do it for her. Okay. Anyway, all right. OP, what is your thoughts about the Switch? Do you even have one?
Do I have one? No. After seeing the reveal Lite, I'm still going to buy the original. I don't want I'm not going to say dumbed down version, but more. I don't want the only portable version of the Switch. I prefer the hybrid. Because I'm only going to play it at home. I'm not going to take it around with me. I just don't want to. I can't play on small screens. It hurts my eyes. I don't want to do it. So it's going to stay docked for me mostly. So the Lite is really not for me at this point. It's going to do well for Nintendo. They know the artists are catering to as well. Because this can really win over their 3DS fans as well. Because it's like 84 million of them right now. So if they ever get them over to the Switch Lite and continue to pour over games for the 3DS to the Switch Lite, it's going to be off shows like that, man. It's going to be a real success for them. So yeah, they know what they're doing, but it's really not for me.
All right. What about you, 108? I know that you are a Nintendo fan. Is this something that you think Nintendo is smart with? What's going on, man?
Hell no. Hell to the no. Let's just get into this, man. Everything the Switch is providing is giving Nintendo's fans the game, the Switch, and they wanted to play portable. They wanted to hook their TV. They wanted to hook up their 3DSs to TVs. That's what the Switch has provided for the Nintendo fan. The game's on a portable to go. Being able to hook up to their TVs. It's the all-in-one package. So now when you look at the Lite, it takes away the HD rumble. It doesn't play certain games. They talk about, you can still hook up Joy-Cons. You have no kickstand, so how would you hook it up? You're going to lean it up against a can of soda? Like, what are they doing? Yeah, they took out a lot of things that make the Switch great. The hybrid system that the Switch is excellent. I would never knock this, but if you currently own a Nintendo Switch, you cannot link your account to your new the Switch Lite, which defeats the purpose. Oh, we're working on that. No, don't work on it. If it was supposed to be a system where you say, okay, I don't want to carry my other system and whatever. Okay, that's good. But your saves ain't going across the board. Your you can use all the same games, but not all the games. They got amiibo support, which is good, which is excellent. But if you play Just Dance, you can't play Just Dance on this, which is one of the biggest third-party titles on the system. It does not work with the Lite. It just doesn't.
What about the D-pad?
No, it doesn't work. No, because you have to use the Joy-Cons for your hand movements. It doesn't have Joy-Cons.
Yeah, not every game will be compatible with the Lite.
It's not compatible. What I'm saying is,
who the hell playing 1, 2, 3 Switch? I ain't playing that.
I didn't say 1, 2, 3 Switch. I said Just Dance.
Ain't nobody playing no Just Dance on them little.
Hey, they ever think about that milk in the cow?
What you mean? They had a big ass stage full of people dancing for Just Dance.
Did you not hear what I just said? One of the biggest third-party games on the system is Just Dance. Did you not hear me say that 100? AKA Bloody Knuckles trying to correct me? Mr. I don't play my Switch? Let's not go there.
Oh,
I plays my Switch. And I'm telling you, the Lite makes no sense. If it did everything, first of all, what is the point to have a Switch that is portable to make a smaller version? What is the point?
Price.
Oh, that's the only point. But when you start taking out features like the rumble and the motions in the games that people play all the time, now you start to say, wait a minute, they're coming up short in certain categories, and they are. I'm an avid Switch owner. I love my Switch. For everything Nintendo does, the Switch is definitely a great portable system. But if it's already portable, why are you making a smaller version that's more portable? What's the purpose? Especially when you start taking away features for $100. No, I'll just buy a Switch. There's no reason to buy a Lite if you want everything what the Switch has sold us on. The Switch has sold us on everything that it does. So you make a Lite version and you take away 6, 7 things that the Switch does already.
Hey, you gotta think about the future gamers though.
No, I get that. But you know what Nintendo does? They like to sell the Lite version to current users. That's what they do. So if you're a current user, you have no use for the Lite because your Switch is better. Your first Switch is better. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you don't have a Switch, the Lite is for you. But if you have a Switch already, there's no reason to buy a Lite. Switch is better.
All right.
I don't want to save $100. I don't want to save $100.
Well, there's a lot of people that do though.
I mean, I get that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you currently own a Switch, there's no purpose to buy the Lite. There's no purpose because the Switch is better. It's just overall better. When they made the 3DS XL, right? Was it better than the original one? Yes. Nobody could dispute that. You could play all the same games, was sharper, had a better image, had better brightness. The 3D was better. They can't even say that with the Lite. It's not better than the original. It don't do what the original do, and it's just $100 cheaper. So if you want to save some money, go ahead and buy it. But you ain't gonna be able to link your saves. You ain't gonna be able to link your account. They're working on it. So it's still not a great selling point. It's just not.
Yeah,
for current Switch owner. For current Switch owner. That's what I'm saying. I own a Switch. The Lite is stupid.
Hey, so what about for 150? If it's set on fire for about 150 though,
you still can't connect your account. So everything you have progressed in, your Zeldas, your Marios with all the stars, your Odyssey, all the stars, your game saves, it doesn't carry over. They're working on it. So no, it's still don't make sense. You don't want to start over. Not if you're a real Mario player and you collecting all the stars on every single level. You don't want to do that again. It still doesn't make sense. It just doesn't.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying. As a Switch owner, like I'm a Nintendo dude. I'm just saying, like,
well, I get
the Lite, it doesn't make sense. It's good for newcomers, but not nobody who currently owns a system.
Okay. All right, Chuck. Did you have something you was trying to say?
No, just basically like what I feel what Lemon's saying. It don't make no sense for if you already own a Switch, but that really just makes sense because it cannot be designed for the people that already own the Switch. I mean, I don't think if you want to buy a second one, you know what I'm saying, they like, here you go, that's cool. But I'm thinking that's to catch the people like the young mamas that might have a child that want to keep up with everybody. Like, I want to switch. Now we got a $100 cheaper version. Here you go. This one don't come apart, so it might be a little bit more durable where you don't tear it up. I don't think that's for no hard cause. I think that's just to get people into the community. Like sometimes you throw little stuff out there like that, just a little cheaper, just to try to bring people into the community. Because being a part of the community, that is king. So once you get them in there, then you can start. Then they'll say, "Oh, I want the original one, the one that you could take the Joy-Cons out, and then they might go up from the light to the heavyweight, the original Switch." So I'm guessing it's more one of those type of things, or like something you buy for somebody for a present. Like, hey man, I got to Switch Lite, but you know what I'm saying, you get a special design Mario design on it. You know what I'm saying, get to somebody for a Christmas present. It's meant for those type of events. That's why it don't have to be that thought out.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I mean, as for me, it's like, look, I seen the Switch and I was like, oh, $200. I was like, well, man, I might get one here pretty soon. But then, of course, hearing the stuff that I've been hearing, the one thing that has the appeal to me is the docking station, so I can play on my television. Now, I understand that I've heard that, yeah, it doesn't look very good on your television. It looks better on the screen. And I have played the Switch. My homeboy had it, and I was playing Zelda. He was somewhere in the game, and Zelda is kind of difficult, especially if you don't know what you're doing at first to try to play it. Because I'm over here beating up a lizard, and then my sword breaks, and I'm like, whoa! And then you got to go try to go through the menus. I was like, oh man! So yeah, I got to give me one so I can take time, but I would like to play it on my television.
And you can't hook it up to your televition either.
I know, that's the thing. So
there's no docking option. Right.
So the light
it's
to me,
only.
the light to me just isn't going to be my cup of tea, because if that's the case, I could just wait until xCloud comes. Since I have a lot more games to where I can absolutely play. And then the fact that I think that the Switch's controls are cool, but I rather have a big controller. And I know that the Switch have a bigger controller.
Pro, I got that.
Yeah. So I'd rather have the Pro, and if there was some way that you could hook up the Switch screen to that controller, then that would be best for me. I don't know. That's the one reason. And of course the old lady hasn't been really stressing me about it or whatever. So I'm just kind of just like, all right. But I'm still going to get one because.
But you know what, K Mega? The biggest thing is what I'm saying is the biggest parts about the Switch selling point was everything the Switch does. So if you take that out, it's a goddamn what you call it? What's the PlayStation thing again? It's a Vita.
Wow.
That's what it is. But that's what it would be. You understand what I'm saying? Like they took out all the points that they sold us and took it out. And it doesn't use every game with the features. So now, let's say, not that Amiibo is mad popular, but not Amiibo, Labo, it's not popular. They thought they had something going with that. You can't use none of that stuff. And it's like everything they sold us on to make the Switch great, they can't say it no more. They took all the stuff out. So it's a watered down version. You might as well just buy a damn Switch and get the best of everything.
Hey, can I play devil's advocate right quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just right fast about this one right here. All right, you hear what Lemon was just saying about with Nintendo, how they made a downgrade and trying to sell it after the original one came out that was better. So, do you feel the same way about the Xbox discless? Because it's not better. They taking something away and it's cheaper.
No, you know why I don't? Because my bad. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say no, because the discless Xbox, or as our boy Predator say, or I should say how Xbox Predator, the Sade edition, it just doesn't. The price is not right. You know what I'm saying? That to me, you got the X that just got a discount. I don't know for how long, but it's at $340. It's at $360 something right now, and you have an option to get the Xbox One X, and then just $110, $15, $20 more. I mean, less. You got the S, the discless S, and it has no other enhancements. Absolutely not. I feel that the Sade edition needs to be around 125 to 150 in order for me to even say anything positive about that. Because to be 250, it's gross. It's gross.
Facts.
It's gross.
And K-Mega will tell you, we had this conversation offline. I said, if this thing is not 199 and below, it's a fail. Did I not say that from day one, K-Mega?
Yes.
Day one. The S is a complete edition because it has a 4K Blu-ray player. It can upscale a 4K. That is the bonus of an S. If you just take out the 4K Blu-ray player, there's nothing to talk about above 199. There's nothing to talk about.
That's not a.
I'm sorry.
So you feel the same way about the light as well?
You goddamn right.
So yeah,
I'll keep it. AKA 100. No pun intended.
Consistency.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
and I told K-Mega this offline. K-Mega was like, well, I don't know. I said, nah, hell no. You don't take away a $30 4K Blu-ray disc and charge $250.
Right. No, I mean
$30 at this point.
Yeah. That's the thing about it, that I feel like this light, and the Xbox S, the Sade edition are shortchanging themselves, and they. I mean, look, the price for the Switch, for this new Switch, the Switch Lite, I think it's appropriate. I don't have a problem with the price, but I agree with what a lot of people have been saying. Like, look, just get the regular Switch. Just pay the little extra money, and you'll come out a lot better. Just get the Joy-Con, and you'll be fine. But there was something that I wanted to. Salty said man, I missed it. Dang it. The thing scrolled down. Anyway, but he had a good point when he was talking about something about the Switch. Man, I missed it. Dang it. Anyway, I ain't going to go back and look for it either because I'm about done with this topic. But I just wanted to just say that it's. I mean, look, for new adopters, I think what Chuck said was absolutely right. It's for new adopters, and then they will find out that they can get more from the original, or even if from the rumors that we're hearing that they could be making a pro version to where it'll have a beefier CPU, things of that nature, will look better, all that. Then they would go like from the Lite to the Pro. They'll just skip over the. Skip over just the original Switch, which as long as Nintendo can get you in there, that's what it's all about. And that's where I think where Xbox doesn't, for right now, because I don't know what's going on with Xbox with this whole little streaming box, this little xCloud box thing that they're going to be doing, a streaming box, because I'm hearing prices from $60 to $80. But when you're talking about the S, those prices need to drop down dramatically just to get asses in the seat. That's what you want to do. So then they can get hungry for the next big thing, and that's either they'll get the S and they'll be like, oh, okay, or they'll get the S and they'll be like, hey man, I really want to get into these these better graphic looking games, or if I got me a new television, at tax time, whatever, I want to get the next big thing. They'll jump to the X, or they'll jump into whatever's going to be the Scarlet for next year or whatever. So I don't know, but Nintendo.
Hold on,
the price is right. The price is right for Nintendo.
Let me reiterate on this. Every Nintendo's Lite system added to the DS, to the 3DS, you know what I'm saying? Even the Game Boy Color from the Game Boy, that's been a Lite system. It's always been an improvement. This is the first downgrade Lite system they had since they started it, where they taken away features. When they had the 3DS Lite, it had better 3D. You didn't have to sit at a perfect angle. You have to be angled the proper, direction for things to look 3D. They made the 3D better. This is the first Lite system they made that took away things. You can't sell people on something and be successful with it and then say, oh, we're going to give you a Lite version. This game ain't going to work. You can't rumble. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. But it's $100 cheaper. Of course it's $100 cheaper. Because you ain't giving us what you said from the beginning. That's just what it is.
Yeah, it is.
That's just what it is.
All right, we'll move on. I think that it's I mean, look, I'm going to get the regular Switch. I'm just not going to get the Lite because everybody tells me that's what I should do instead.
Right.
So but like Chuck said, that $200 price that perked up my ears. Like, well, the little wallet antenna. Like, ooh, $200. That's a lot better. Anyway, so
and that's 2 more games.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can buy 2 games with that or whatever. So I don't know.
My man K Mega's not bowling on a budget. Facts.
Hey man,
he might not, but you know what I'm saying.
Hey. There's people are. I'm not knocking your pockets. What I'm saying is, we talking about bang for the buck. That extra $100 means something.
Yeah. And that's why, because I've always preached that. Look, you might as well just skip this and get that. Like, I always tell people, like, I'm thinking about getting the S. No, don't do it. Don't do that to yourself.
Right.
I like the Xbox. The Xbox is my favorite brand. But if you want the creme de la creme, if you're that type of person, then you need to
X gonna give it to you.
Hey, know the way to kill them with it though.
What?
Like they be playing everything on the S. I always play it on the S. Probably a little 1080p TV or whatever like that. And then when they come to your house, they say, "Hey man, you want to play? Yeah, come on, turn the game out." And they look at it and say,
"Oh, that's happened before, quite a few times." That's happened. And then this is the thing though. This is what's crazy, right? Because some of the homeboys that I got, they just got number PlayStations, right? And so what they do, if they did come over or whatever, they haven't had company in a while. We all old now, so we got priorities. But the one time when I had I still got my PlayStation, but I had it on my Sony television, and it was like, man, I mean, you got this TV and all this and that, and I mean, it looks like it looked just like my shit. Like, all right, I got you. I said, I got the Slim, man. I said, I'm thinking about investing into the Pro, and this was, like I said, a couple of years ago. And so, well, not a couple of years, about a year and a half. And so then I put in, because I had the X, and then I put in the X, and then we was playing Madden, and and then he was like, whoa, what the hell? I said, this is the difference. I said, that's why I got to get me a Pro, or but now I'm just gonna wait till I get the 5. There ain't no reason to get no Pro now, but that makes a whole bunch of HDR, all that shit makes a whole bunch of difference. You're gonna invest into a television, it would make it makes so much sense that you get the better quality console. There's no reason in the world why you go cheap console and get and then you got a nice television, or you get vice versa. Even though even on a 1080p television it still look really good, but yeah, you got to try to get the best of the best. But anyway, let's get on to the next topic. Xbox CMO steps down. And but reveals how successful their marketing strategy has been for Xbox. Now, before I get thrown stuff at through the internet, this is what look. Xbox can reveal all of the marketing strategy that they had that was great, that was successful, and in some ways it has been, but I think the ways that how most people look at it, it's been a lot of misses and a lot of opportunities for games that if they were shown better, like Halo Wars 2, even though we just found out a couple of months ago that Halo Wars 2 actually did do well. At first, it didn't look like it was, but it did. But they advertised that. But games like Quantum Break, Sunset Overdrive, Recore, even Rise, those games may have sold millions, but they did not hit any marks that anybody could really actually brag about. So I don't know what success is on that level that they could talk about for those exclusives. So again, the CMO, he's been there for over 20 years, and so he's stepping down. And so the question is, who do you think is going to step in and take over their spot? Who would you want to come in to take their spot? And what do you feel about him? Because they said he retired. And so I don't know if that's a forceful push or if that was just on him like, hey, man, I'm getting the hell out of here. So I'm going to go to you, 100. What is your thoughts about this? I see his mic is mute. I don't know if he's there or not.
I think he left on a good note though, because if he didn't, I think it'd have been a whole bunch of mess going out if it was on a bad note.
No, dude has a.
What happened?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, because
live wire just bounced out. Yeah, quiet. Live just got quiet. Yeah.
Right.
No.
Sound like you know how you be coming from
underwater. Your mic's tripping.
That last little breath of water.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Chuck. Finish up.
Yeah, but now I don't think he left on a bad note. And me personally, I would like to see Aaron in that spot.
As the main, they attack Aaron as it is.
I mean,
yeah,
he handled like a champ. He played like a WWE. Excuse me.
There we go.
I think he can handle it though.
Okay, you think he can?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. He has a replacement, so
he already has his replacement, right?
Yeah.
Who is his replacement?
Who is the replacement?
I forget who it is, but I know he has a replacement.
Okay. Somebody.
I mean, shit, I didn't even know who that dude was. To be honest, I was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I gotta find out who the replacement is. But regardless, what the guy's name that left was Mike Nichols. He's retiring as chief marketing officer of Xbox. And, and he spent the last 5 years leading the software giants gaming division. And so, I mean, that, you wish well, he's been, like I said, he's been there for over 20 decades. And he's also worked with the marketing teams for MSN, Windows, and Internet Explorer. So,
hey, what's the marketing team that left Xbox that went to PlayStation back in 2014? If I ain't mistaken, a year. Matter of fact, you know how Xbox used to have an excellent marketing team, but they moved over to a lot of the workers went over to PlayStation.
Oh, that was during the company.
Yeah, that was the company. Yeah, that was a marketing team. Yeah, they
that was like the actual.
It seemed like when Matrick left, that's when they left, and then they went to, and then Sony acquired them. It seems like that. What's going on is that it's going vice versa now. It's looked like Xbox has been picking up a lot of PlayStation people that's involved in all different types of stuff. So I mean, because after it seems like that, like when certain management leaves, like I guess when Matrick left, that one firm group maybe knew that they were going to get X'd out, or
they had to clean house.
Yeah, they was going to start cleaning house, and it's just like with PlayStation, you had all of these guys that left, and so Andrew House and all of them, and they decided to leave. And so it seems like that they just didn't want to deal with the new management, so they went out, and then Xbox scooped them up. So it kind of goes vice versa. So it looks like from this standpoint that since a lot of people's been complaining about their marketing,
I look like they've been playing fantasy league or something.
Yeah, because everybody's been complaining about it. So the fact of it is that look, the new person that's going to be taking over. I don't know. I don't know. What else? What is your thoughts about it, OP?
Overpowered.
Yeah, it's a natural thing in business. Like someone working for a company X amount of years gets to the point they're all retired. We've seen this before. As far as who I want to see him replaced by, I don't know. To be honest, I can say Aaron Greenberg, but I'm just really throwing a name out there. Who I think will replace him, again, I don't know as well. I've heard rumors about some individual, I think from PlayStation, that might replace him. But of course, it's just rumor. We don't know for sure. Yeah. But yeah, as far as our advertising strategy, from the remarks of CMO, he was saying like how I guess their strategy for I guess the most recent years from 2018 forward, I think 2017, I can't remember, was very successful for them. It doubled their player base, and it produced one of the greatest years for Xbox as well, bringing $10 billion of revenue, I believe. So that's just from one of the headhunters at Microsoft, the CMO. He's congratulating on his strategy and how it helped Xbox as well. So I guess that's where I was coming from, seeing how successful their strategy was as far as marketing. And of course, could they have shown some games better? Of course they should have. They could have. I believe that as well. But I don't think it's as terrible as everybody's making it out to be as well. Because I think what people really want them to do is like copy what Sony does, take their ads and just throw them everywhere on every medium, every channel, every device, wherever, just so everybody can see them. But I think Microsoft's approach would be more strategic, put out just more sites, websites, TV stations that have high traffic where he's during certain events. Because if you know some of these tech websites, there are Microsoft advertisements as well, but not many people know about them because like most people in the game community don't go to these websites. But these websites have high amounts of traffic because they're more technical websites as well. So there's pros and cons to it as well. But I think for what they've been doing so far, and for what the numbers have shown, is working for them as well. Yeah. So I think they're in a good place. Like Chuck said, he left on a good note, so they're gonna be all right.
Like I said, don't let people hear that because a lot of people will disagree with that. I don't know.
Fine.
I mean, I get it. Microsoft has made a lot of money. I mean, I think that they also came up with some stats of talking about where there was some stats coming from one of those magazines, like I should say magazines, those business. I can't speak today. Anyway. When some of the like Forbes and Newsweek, stuff like that, they was bringing up about their marketing strategy and how much money that they brought into it, and they were ranked somewhere. I forgot where their rank was. They were pretty high, but when you look at it from the standpoint of showing games and getting people hyped for something that they're coming with, like for gamers that really want to see what they're coming out to produce, and for games that they've already had out and they didn't really advertise or push them out. Then you got this thought of like, I don't know. I didn't see all that. But, hey, you know what? It is what it is. Thank you, Others Inc. Business Publications. I told you. I'm being real country today. So, all right, 108. What is your thoughts about this man, Mike Nichols, who is retiring, and the person that is taking their place? You think this is going to be a good look, or you think there's going to be any setbacks, or will it improve?
Well, they know they can't afford to have any setbacks. So I think it's an improvement. I think when somebody gets an opportunity at a big company like Microsoft, that they're going to be more gung-ho and ready to prove that they're what do you say? They deserve the upgrade. You know what I'm saying? They deserve the promotion. So I think it's going to be better.
Yeah, and I don't know if they hired somebody or if they just.
He might need to be more aggressive, but it is. We'll see. Something that you really can't anticipate on, not knowing the individuals that's taking over and all that. So, but Microsoft needs to do better, and hopefully this person got some better ideas, and let's see where it goes.
Yeah. So I hope the best for him. I mean, you know what? Look. Sit on the beach or wherever and sip on a nice drink and enjoy life. I mean, because that's
lattes.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Being in the game for a couple of decades, over 20 years. That's a long time doing something, doing the same job. So especially in this market, like it used to be back in the days when people used to work 40, 50 years, at one job. That damn sure doesn't happen now these days. So yeah, you get past 5 years on a job, you're doing really good. So yeah, now speaking of 20, so yeah, that's a big shout out to Mike Nichols, and hope the much success for the person that stepped in. I wish I knew the person's name. I didn't get that information. So,
ladies and gentlemen, I have took over the position of marketing for Microsoft. The great one got the triple-digit job.
You should have. Yeah, you might have to go ahead and remute your mic, bro. I don't know what you was doing with that one. Anyway, what is your thoughts about it, 100?
I ain't got no thoughts about it, man. He said he did his job. He did what he did. He showed his success, what he was doing. So it's time for him. He's making them triple figures, man. He got it. Go live your best life. I mean, you got to go back and forth with people all on the interweb. Disappear. Go on with the wind. Congratulations. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Others Inc., he said it's going to be difficult to replace this guy. He said they will replace him with a staff of maybe 3 or 4 people. He was decorated. So that's the thing of it. Being there that long, he had a lot of expertise. So, most likely there'll probably be people that will be out there to do it. So, and stop making fun of me because I was trying to say decorated or decorated. Stop it. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm tired, guys. You have no idea. And I got to be at work in the morning at 3 a.m. So I'm exhausted. So you just gotta roll with me tonight. So anyway, let's get on to the big stuff. Let's get on to it, man. Out of these 3, which one shall I go through? Let's go ahead and talk about the Gears 5 situation right fast, because I thought that just kind of popped out of the blue, like just a couple hours before the show, and we already had our topics, and I was like, no, I gotta talk about this because when I first seen it, it was kind of like, all right, hold on, wait a minute. This group is taught developers or Microsoft to not have smoking involved in the game, but then comes to find out is that Rod Ferguson, it was his decision to take all smoking away, because the article that I read, it basically said that this non-smoking group kind of pushed Microsoft, push the developers or push somebody to change for taking the smoking out of gaming, out of Gears 5. And then, of course, there's a picture of a character that has a cigar in his mouth or whatever. And so it caused an uproar, and it made people upset, and basically, talking about the SJWs and how they're ruining gaming and things of that nature. Well, then Rod Ferguson comes out, and he just basically puts an end to it by basically saying, look, it was my decision to say, I'm a person that doesn't like smoking, and I'm the one that decided to take it out. And and that's just how just how we wanted to do it. So I'm going to go to you, Chuck? Okay, I'll go to you, Chuck. Yeah, I'm gonna go to you, Chuck. Now, for your initial thoughts about this, man, do you feel that this is problematic regardless, or is it still creative freedom and it's really not that big of a deal?
Man, they trying to demasculate that mind. I mean, simply because the way you know what I'm saying, because even though he's smoking and making the character who he is, that making him a real person. He want to take away smoking because he don't like smoking and stuff like that. But it's showing his masculinity, him from being a man, and they taking away things when they were talking about with the SJWs. That's because of they don't like a man to be masculine on it. They trying to take that away from people. And they ask, he don't like smoking. Why they had a character with smoking, and why did he take it away? Just because he said he don't like smoking, so he taking away from the character. Next, he gonna be they're gonna be downgrading him and stuff like that. He's supposed to be a brute, They had a time period of that, and they got the type of character that they supposed to be dude bros. That's the whole purpose of Gears. That's why he's supposed to be walking with a big cigar in his mouth, and he's supposed to be standing, he probably chewing tobacco and spitting. He's supposed to be doing some extra masculine stuff. That's what we came to see. And if the person that clearly don't recognize that, that's what make Marcus Phoenix, and if that's what make what's his son name? Begin with a D. I can't think of his son.
JD.
JD. But that's what makes those characters, that masculinity in them, that's what makes everybody fall in love with them, because you don't see that no more these days. Because they try to make it like that's a bad thing. No, you could be masculine and still hold a good show a good upbringing and the uprising with yourself, and be a leader and still be masculine and do those things. There's nothing wrong with a person that do those things, because you cannot control a person, and every individual is different. So that's taking away a part of who they are.
All right. So basically, okay, so this is what Rod Ferguson said. He said, to be fair, this isn't entirely accurate. I've been against smoking from the beginning and have worked hard to not make it a part of our franchise. Ever notice that Dizzy's concept art from Gears 2 has a cigarette, but the actual character in the game doesn't? I stopped it. Now that's him. That's part of that creative freedom, right? So you still have an issue with that, Chuck?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I mean, just think about it like this here. Okay, if you create a character, right, mm-hmm. and he starts to evolve into this type of person, but you want to take a part of, who he became and who he is away from him because you feel some type of way. Just because you feel some type of way, you see the involvement. I mean, I understand that some people might say, well, I don't want to promote smoking. But at the same time, you could bring out a movie like Django, and then you could see white actors using the N-words, and you still say that, you don't have no problem with it because they representing that something that really actually happened, and a type of person that really, did those type of things. So I do have a problem when they have a person that's supposed to be a certain way, and then they change. I know this ain't this type of stuff, but I don't like the whole changing the Ariel. I don't like those type of things. they have somebody that's like that. Don't do that. Just don't take stuff away from a character, from his personality. Don't try to force feed people different things. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody have their options and their choices. Don't try to hide stuff and try not to expose, like, oh, I don't want to show smoking and stuff like that. Like, they don't have a billion people in the world in real life smoke. It's a personal choice. If you gonna smoke, you gonna smoke. If you not gonna smoke, you not gonna smoke. A character is not gonna convince you to do either or.
Okay. All right. I'm going to move on down. I mean, Chuck was adamant about how he felt about it. All right,
man.
cool.
I go through this a lot though, like about this SWJ and the you know, demasculizing men and stuff like that. And it's ridiculous. It's going crazy out here with that stuff.
All right. 108. We'll go to you. Do you feel like this is emasculating, or do you feel like this is part of the SJW movement, or is this pretty much basically developers using his creative freedom?
I agree with Triple Cup 1,000%. I can't even regurgitate nothing better than that. I agree with my boy. Facts.
All right. Okay. That's it, huh?
That's it.
All right. OP, what is your thoughts about this?
I went through a couple stages with this news because like I was introduced in different ways. Because the first thing I saw was the article, right? So I'm reading it. I'm like, okay, because this is one thing that stood out to me. This anti-tobacco youth organization approached developers for a mature game and asked them to cut out smoking from a game. That's the first thing that caught me off guard. Like, oh wait, so the audience you're catering to or is trying to reach technically shouldn't be a part of this community that you're trying to have conversations with right now. So that's like a red flag. That's red flag one that I saw with this. As I kept reading the article, then it mentioned something about, I think, one of the leads from the esports team as well spoke out about it, saying like how this doesn't have any negative effect in the game. I do agree with that to a certain degree because smoking doesn't really negatively impact the story gears as well, because it really hasn't been that much about it as well. And then I found out about Rob Ferguson's comment about it, saying like he's always wanted to take he's always been against this in the games from the beginning. He's been the main one pushing to take him out in the game. So like that part I understand because the story he has a personal story behind it. He lost a friend to smoking, so I get that. But my issue is the principle behind it, because like I'm not necessarily against smoking, but like smoking can be pivotal to storytelling. And Gears is not important because that's not what we're worried about. But like if we allow the removal of these certain aspects from storytelling as well, what's stopping it from here at this point? Because look at before this happened with Stranger Things. I think one of the main characters, I forgot, like Hopper. They removed his scenes with cigarettes. They removed his scenes with cigarettes in them because I guess another organization reached out to Netflix and they showed their concerns about smoking. But again, that's a mature show for a mature audience. Yes, this is a kid cast, but like the stuff they do in there is more so mature. Right. So I'm thinking like this could potentially snowball to other areas as well. Because if we're going to start removing certain aspects from the medium, entertainment as well, because like the negative implications it has, it's not going to stop there. Because if we remove smoking out of the game because smoking can kill people, well, it has killed people in the past. What's going to stop removing violence from games as well, or other aspects of the game? So it seems a little bit contradictory because you're removing smoking from a game, but the violence is still there. Then you're saying like because you don't want to perpetuate smoking. I don't know. It's like
they're like taking smoking away from Constantine, huh?
Yeah, this is weird because for some people, and depending on what story you're trying to tell, smoking is part of character. That's part of development. It's part of who they are because that's the person they turn into. Right. Especially for soldiers and fighting war, because you're stressed. It's a high stress environment. So some of the ways they find relief is through smoking or doing drugs, and drinking alcohol. That's how people react. That's how people react to stressful situations, and that becomes who they are. So like, just from a principle standpoint, this is entirely weird. I'm not as mad or annoyed as it was at first, because at first I thought it was pandering to that community as well. But as I kept digging, as I kept finding more information, I started understanding his point of view of it. But like, I'm just worried about this could turn into other things as well. We could start losing other aspects of storytelling if we start removing it, because people have been negatively affected by it as well. So this could, if this does continue, it could turn worse really quick for storytelling as well. Because if we start removing these different elements of character development, people can react to different situations or how they exude their behavior, then like at that point you kind of neuter your own storytelling because you can't touch on certain topics because it could offend someone else. Let's like, for instance, like you want to tell a story about someone getting raped. course, there's people that have been raped in the past, men and women as well. So if enough people complain about it, saying you're offending them by touching on that type of story.
Or King Cooper still in the princess, they're gonna say, "Oh, we don't want to have kidnapping the games no more." And that's so small, you know. So that's the whole form of Mario is King Cooper still on the princess. I mean, yeah, you're right about that. You absolutely right, man. That's gonna be sad. That's gonna be a sad downfall.
Right. So if this does turn into more pandering, people who get offended by certain aspects of storytelling, at that point, like the creative freedom they want, they're going to lose it really quickly because you can't tell certain stories. You can't show different developments of people's characters because you can't do much with them. So yeah, I'm not annoyed as I used to be, but like I still feel iffy about it. It does. Am I still hyped for Gears 5? Of course, I'm gonna love to get out of that game. I'm sure it's gonna be fun. I'm sure it's gonna be dope. It's not gonna derail my hype for it in any shape or form. But like this situation is weird to me.
All right. Sir X-Man, he says, this is what bothers me about that issue. People say that they want real life situations in video games. Yeah. And then and when you give it to them, they complain about it. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's see. Livewire. What's your thoughts about this? Is this creative freedom, or is this basically falling into this deep rabbit hole of censorship? Okay.
It was so crazy what he was saying. He had to censor himself.
Pretty much. That's what it seems like he was going to go. He was going to go Donald Trump on us. So anyway, well, all right. This is my thought about it, guys. When I first read the article, because the article comes straight at you with some crazy stuff saying. Let me find it again because I was just looking at it and I just walked away from it. But anyway, well, it pretty much. Like I said,
Peter talks to his computer. He prefers typing. Blah blah blah. Bullshit. All right.
Oh, you just now talking? Because I can't. Because we just now hear you.
Nah, my mic. I was doing something, and sometimes my mic cuts off. Now I was just trying to say.
We'll start over because we didn't hear anything.
Yeah. When the gear shit, man, it doesn't. In this case, I can understand the worry about certain things about the. I think people are worried about the potential. It really has absolutely no effect on Gears whatsoever. Absolutely none whatsoever. Because they don't even fucking smoke in the game. I think there's only been one person that actually smoked in the game, period. Because when they said it, I was like, well, who the fuck smokes in Gears? Nobody. Not a single fucking person. Now, Johnson in Halo is probably the only person I remember smoking. And that, but to me, it's almost equivalent to somebody saying, you know, well, we want to support we don't want to support child labor, so we're going to partner up with Halo so they don't have sneakers on anybody that's in their fucking video game. Like, bitch, ain't nobody with sneakers in Halo. What the fuck? Okay, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of nothing. But I can understand how people are afraid that the potential of it be, you know, changing things in a game that it would be part of the narrative. It wouldn't be Gears or Halo or something like that because these games aren't based on places on real. Well, Halo's on Earth, but it's like way in the future.
Hey, what if they testing the water though, live? I mean, they might be doing it out there knowing it's a dummy that they're putting out there, but they testing the water to see how you react to it.
I mean, but they partnered with Gears because probably what Rod Ferguson like. Because those partnerships aren't accidental. Rod Ferguson isn't a big proponent of smoking, right? So they partnered with Truth for that with the tournaments. It just makes sense. You know, he wasn't going to put smoking in the game anyway. So, you know, it really doesn't have nothing to do with nothing about that. Now, it'd be different if I don't really see it affecting anything, you know, like, because at the end of the day, it was only because of the partnership that they had that they agreed to upon with Gears.
I mean, but like I was saying though, what if they take smoking away from Constantine?
What do you mean?
You can't take smoking away from Constantine because that's how Constantine gets down. I think we take it. I think we're going overboard with it. You know what I'm saying? He came out and he explained why it is. We're talking about what cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? That's what the hell we talking about. It's what the hell it got to do with the game. The game's still gonna cuss and fuck, sex, loves, and all type of stuff gonna be going on. That's what I enjoy Gears of. Gears somebody. I live brought it up. I forgot Johnson even had a damn cigar. He ain't really smoking it. He chewing it.
Yeah, he smoked it only during that one scene where he from what I remember, was it the end where he came out with the cigar in his mouth? He was shooting the shit up.
Yeah,
that wasn't the end. That was like the middle.
That was in the middle. Yeah, but
Halo 2.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, when he just lit it up, but that's not producing.
Oh, you know what? No, he did have. He had it in the intro of Halo 3 too.
Yeah,
you got to pay the bills. Pay the bills.
All right. Sir X Man, he says they would never complain about Grand Theft Auto.
They won't. And Grand Theft Auto
too big.
Too big.
But again, it's a lot to do about nothing because it really Gears never like that's. It's only because
there's been one character by using the spin-off series Judgment. No, I don't think it was Judgment. It was Rams. It was Rams.
No, he was in part 2. Think about it. He was the old man with the cap. He was the old guy with the hat with the cowboy hat on. That's what the concept art they did was going to put something.
Yeah,
on
Dizzy.
Yeah, but Dizzy was in part 2. He was the one that repair everything for you and everything. But it wasn't a deal killer. We knew Dizzy was crazy. He was a cowboy. We know cowboys smoking all that, chew tobacco, spit. I didn't need to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, it's not a deal killer. I think we as gamers now, we taking the little bit that someone say. I don't care about the social justice police. I don't even care about the people with the letters. We can't let them interfere in our world of gaming because our world of gaming is what we get out of real life when we start playing these games.
But here's the thing: they do interfere. Look at the censorship with the Japanese developers. They're censoring their games because we get so much heat from them. So they are interfering.
Hold on. It depends on the developer with censorship. I restarted Wolfenstein.
I think you need to finish eating first before you come jumping in.
No. My bad. I was chewing ice. Listen, we're not gonna do that, King Mega.
Hey man, you know how I get down about that.
I know your pet peeve. listen. But it's more like I started to play Wolfenstein today, right? Over, and we know it's about the Nazis and they beat America. It's an alternative dimension or whatever. And in the beginning of the game, I had forgot how graphic that game was. And the father comes in to the lead character. He's a boy at the time, and he's telling his mother, "I'm gonna beat that boy. He can't be coloring with them niggers, getting cozy." So that means they should forget smoking. That's a direct racial comment in a video game. So they supposed to start censoring everything? Or is this not what people thought back in the days? And because it's in a video game, which was reality at the time that it's reflecting, should we ignore that those words were said?
And 108, what about freedom of speech? Let's get down with
facts.
That. Let's get with freedom of speech.
What I'm saying is, when we
live in a democracy. We don't live in a dictatorship.
Right.
This ain't China.
Right. So you play the first 5 minutes of this game, and he's already talking about Negroes.
You see the old girl
he ain't word to use
at the beginning of the game. You see the black girl boobs. She like, you ain't never saw this before.
Right. So games like Mafia 2, they call people moolies. And listen, if that's the era, tuck your feelings away. Know what history presents, and suck it up. I don't want to hear about smoking cigarettes. I don't want to hear about you playing Grand Theft Auto and somebody's doing this drugs in the drug scene. We know the type of games we playing. That's why they got that M rating for mature. Yeah, if you're not mature enough, don't play it.
But to me, again, I look at it as this is very specific because of Rob Ferguson's view. To me, it'd be no different if what's that game? The Last of Us partners with the LGBT community and have like some big thing about the LGBT because she's a openly a gay woman, right? So
yeah, she's a lesbian. Yeah.
Yeah. So therefore, it wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit
because that's what the character is. But people make a big deal of it if they were like, oh, well, the LGBT, requested. Oh, why they gonna make requests? Oh my God. You'd be like, why can't they just be away from it? Why they always gotta try to jump into something? Like, yo.
Oh my God. I'm showing PlayStation gameplay.
Just like Last of Us 2. You find old girl like women, you know what I'm saying? I like women too. They got something coming. I want to give her some
I hated them. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's a wait and see type thing. Because for this, we already know why it was done with Gears. It has nothing to do with the actual game being made. That was an in-house decision. Gears is pretty much done. All they doing is polishing it and fixing bugs. That's all they doing. So them talking to those people has nothing to do about it's nothing about nothing.
And then if it's a partnership, that's a business decision. That's advertising. That's a business decision. That's what Rob wants to advertise. Like, hey, I'm gonna get smoking because my friend died of lung cancer and stuff like that. I can respect that. At least he came out as a man, as a real executive, and didn't hide behind the walls or go through someone. He sit there and he told, this is why I don't like it. And it's either you accept it or not. Move on.
And he didn't say he wouldn't do it at all, because he did have it in a particular scene, but it was due to, he was like, there was no other way around it, and it was due to it was an artistic decision. Similar to, like, it'd be different if it was like gratuitous, like he just smoking packs after packs. It's just, it's like, damn, that's excessive, But if it's like one of those like Kojima games where they're always smoking in them shits, and he's trying to convey some kind of emotional, thing that's going on, whether or not somebody dropping the cigarette because they saw something or whatever, I think it just comes down to the artistic choices of that dev team more so than anything else. I mean, because those fucking justice warriors, most of them motherfuckers don't play video games, so it doesn't really matter what the fuck they think.
All right, cool. All right, as for me, this is my whole thought about it. When I first seen it, and I was going back to it now, and I was looking at it, and in the article it says, Gears 5 will eliminate all smoking depictions in cooperation with the Youth Anti-Tobacco Organization. So which right there, it just kind of says like, oh, well, this organization has talked the people from Gears 5 to go ahead and to take away all depictions of smoking. But like I said, Rod Ferguson came in there and he said, look, he said, like I said earlier, I'll read it again. To be fair, this isn't entirely accurate. It's been again, I've been against smoking from the very beginning and have been worked hard to not make it a part of our franchise. Even ever noticed that the Dizzy concept art for Gears 2 has a cigarette, but the actual character in the game doesn't. I stopped it. So as for me, that just tells me that's part of creative freedom. Right. That was something with everybody that was bitching and complaining about that couple of years ago. They should back off, because this is the lead of the head of the coalition saying, look, this is my stance on this, and this is what I want to put on there. And the people must have agreed, because there's nobody that had any type of feedback. Again, the media addressed this in a way that made it into a SJW situation, and it's got people like Chuck and like 108 and others out there to jump on this. Well, this is what they're going to do. They're going to take it like this whole thing. They're going to take away your guns because they want to regulate guns. You got to think of it logically and understand.
Hey, you say we crying chicken little?
Yeah, I really do. I think this is way overblown. I think that this situation is where Dev has made the decision to just part, and it seems like that this organization was like, hey, look, since you have this same vibe like we do, how about we partner up? We do something with the league, and that be a sponsor, or that helps with the people that's going to sponsor that the Gears League or whatever. And it just goes from there. But it also puts this, you know how social media is. They take it and they run with it, and then it just goes like wildfire. The one thing that I will say is that what I love about this is that the article others Zinc came from Vanity Fair. And so what I liked about this is that Rod Ferguson jumped ahead of this. He jumped into this. That's what me and Op was talking about. Like, this could have been way worse. This is where Xbox gets themselves in a lot of trouble, because they don't say anything. They just let people go with their imaginations. And this is why we have the situations like we do now with people just saying anything and everything and just running with it. And since Xbox doesn't give any explanations to anything unless they do an interview for something that they're doing for a show or something like that, it just leaves speculation and people will just run wild with it. So
they got to control the narrative.
Right, yeah. And you have to control the narrative. I think that, look, I can't stand smoking. I think it's gross, but, my mother smokes. A lot of my homeboys smoke. It's just not something I'm into. So I don't give two shits about it being in the game. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, when I play every Japanese game pretty much, you have to have that depiction of where they're doing. They have that depiction of somebody going through something, and they show the cigarette, and they take this long drag, and then they flip it, or then they show the cinematic view of it going to the ground and bouncing. And that shit's boring to me. I'd rather see something else. Knock a cup out of somebody's hand or something. But I'm not mad. I'm not gonna complain to the developers and say, man, take that shit out because I don't like smoking. No, I'm not going to do that. And I hope the devs would just say, listen, fool, this is our game. This is part of our creative freedom. If you don't like it, just don't purchase the game. Right. Other than that, let's just move on from it. I think that this is way too overblown, and that's why I let everybody have their say so and didn't say nothing until the end, because I knew that there was going to be somebody. I didn't think there was going to be the whole panel, damn near. But I knew that there was going to be people that was going to go right there and start making this mountain out of a molehill. That's my thoughts about it. But anyway,
yeah. For me, I mainly feel the way I feel because it's happened before in different media as well. So that's why I feel like it could lead to something else. This is
a $1 billion franchise. No, it's not it's nowhere near as big as Grand Theft Auto. But, but they can't mess with Gears either. They don't have the power to mess with Gears unless the people keep running with this bullshit, keep believing this type of stuff, and then it could do something. But and
it's all about the details, though. Don't when you take away some details, it kind of like takes something away from it.
Exactly, that's the thing.
But they didn't ever took away the details because he came out and said, "This is how I was making it."
Right.
That kills the whole situation.
Right.
Is he's not letting him punk them. They actually came together as a coalition, and whoever the cigarette people is, they came together and they decided. You know what I'm saying? I guess they spoke out before. Maybe they should have let Ross speak out first.
That's like an earring or a tattoo, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain things make a
but we're taking it out of context where the HNIC saying it's not what you think it is. It's still cussing and fussing. Gears is for gore, cussing, fussing, and all that. That's what Gears is made for. We don't pick. I mean, that's just like the blade of grass. Some more blade of grass in Grand Theft Auto 4. That was more blade of grass on the PlayStation version than the Xbox version. I'm putting it on that level. It's cosmetic.
Yeah.
It's cosmetic. It's not hurting the.
But I think the mistake that people made is they keep on thinking that they took cigarettes out of Gears. Bitch, them shits was never in there. They never put them in.
And you also got to you also got to look at this, though. I'll let you finish, Live. I just want to say you also got to look at this. This Gears has switched hands. It was once Epic's, and you're talking about somebody who had a whole different outlook of how Gears was depicted compared to what's going on now with Rod Ferguson is depicting Gears as now. So that's you got to look at it that way too. Go ahead, Live.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was never in there. Even in Epic, they didn't have cigarettes in there. So ain't shit change. Ain't goddamn thing change. It's the same shit.
Hey man, if you gonna eat, don't talk. Okay, let's move on. Y'all know that's my pet peeve, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what? You know what would be the most terrifying thing for me? And I don't know why I'm doing this because there'll be some fool that'll try to do this. But if somebody called me or something like that, or sent me a message or something, or like on Xbox or something, and then I'm just hearing,
oh Lord Jesus,
I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna find him, and I'm going to prison.
We're gonna have Tuck Masters call you.
Oh, bro, no, you can't have a boy Tuck Master. No, hey, Mega, hey,
nah.
Anyway, sorry.
Like you having sex with the chicken.
Oh man, he's making sweet divine love to that chicken.
What you doing? I'm dipping in this sauce.
I'm dipping in the sauce. Sweet love to this chicken. I'm like, good Lord. Anyway. All right, let's get on to the next topic, man. And let's talk about this Sunset Overdrive, right? Like, this was really funny because when I was setting up and I was getting the topics together or whatever, I really never noticed if you type the topics in that people automatically see them like right then. And so I just typed in what I was going to type in, and then I was going to go back and read everything over because I'm dyslexic. So if people see me put stuff on Twitter and it looks crazy sometimes, it's just if I start typing fast and I don't concentrate on that shit, it might be anything. I have no idea. But I haven't had a chance to go back, and somebody came in there and said, Mega, that's just a rumor. Bruh, I just typed this. I was like, hey man, and then I put is, but we was gonna just talk about it anyway. But this is a rumor, and it trips me out because we didn't get this type of action in Detroit or any other game that may have came over or had the potential to come over to any other platform or console, whatever you want to call it. But it seems like any of those Xbox games that seemed that nobody cared about at the time, everybody cares about. And Sunset Overdrive is this new hype, and it started a whole crazy rumor fest. Came out yesterday to where Sunset Overdrive could possibly come to the Switch and come to the PlayStation 4. So, what'd you say?
Now I say, so you think Microsoft is gonna give them a taste? So they send a little flavor with their Xbox bring and try to bring people over to the Xbox. So if you want Sunset Overdrive 2, you got to come back, even though it's by Insomniac, it's still their IP. But Microsoft own with the market, like how they did with Alan Wake. Don't they still got that same?
No, they sold Alan Wake back to Remedy, and
yeah, but you know how they had it with Remedy. I'm just saying they had it the same way with
Well, yeah,
with Insomniac.
Well, yeah, no, so they own Sunset Overdrive, but I mean, but if this rumor is true, then obviously this would be something to where it would be the same thing as Alan Wake, where Xbox sold the IP back to Insomniac, because this is, you know what I'm saying, because this would be, I understand that
they own the IP. I thought Insomniac owns an IP.
Yeah. Huh?
On what IP? They don't own.
No, I thought Insomniac owns. Yeah, it's over. They owned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insomniac own it, don't it?
No,
yeah, they own it.
No, I thought Microsoft owns it.
Microsoft owns it. Microsoft had them to make the game for them. Microsoft had Scalebound to have to make the game for them.
Alan Wake.
Yeah.
It's like the Alan Wake deal.
Nah, I thought it was more like when they was making games, the games that they was making was for Sony. So they wanted to make their own IP, and Sony didn't want to sponsor them. So that's when they went to Microsoft. But the IP is actually Sunset Overdrive is for Insomniac. It's not for Microsoft.
No, Microsoft owns it.
Microsoft owns it. Triple. Microsoft owns it.
It's different from. So
that's why every time Insomniac was asked about their game, they said it's up to Microsoft.
Right.
It's up to Microsoft.
Right. I thought they owned the publishing rights.
No, they only own the publishing rights to Alan Wake. See, that was.
I thought it was the same for Sunset Overdrive.
No, Sunset Overdrive.
That's what
They rather have. Think about it. When you do them type of deals, you rather have the person that's good at it know how to do it. That's what you wanted to do. It's like a third party that you want to do your game. Like Alan Wake, when Microsoft said we don't have nobody to do that type of game. Remedy, you can do that for us. You make us exclusive. But they had a different thing. They still own IP. Microsoft had the publishing right to it, to the game. Like you see a lot of games that we play, especially like if you play like Prominence Poker and stuff like this. Matter of fact, perfect example. What's the game you got us on with the black guy, Mega?
Oh, Marlon Briggs.
Person that make Marlon Briggs with 505 published that game.
Right.
505 games and published a whole lot of games.
Right.
But they own the publishing rights to the game. They don't own the IP.
Right.
So you don't have to go through them to do something. And Microsoft is not holding a Sunset Overdrive. But I'm glad Insomniac came and said it ain't coming out nowhere. They came out and said they ain't coming out, ain't coming on nowhere. But this is showing you right now how the journalist is just like a clickbait YouTuber. That's what they do. They want you to hit that. They want you to go hit it. Mega saw that and he clicked on it. So how many megas out there is going to click on it? You know what I'm saying? They're going to say that. I was appalled when I saw them. Like, well, why? I said, if they do, and I said it last night on a little podcast, I said, if they do it, Microsoft go home King's ransom. They're going to put out a number and you match that number. Just like Remedy wanted the publishing rights. They said, hey, he'll go to number. You want it? You can have it. You ain't giving it away for free. It's a business.
Yeah, but I also think that the situation with Remedy and Xbox, I think that's more of a good relations thing. I said this last week on Next Podcast, was that because they made a big deal about the whole Alan Wake thing. And this kind of all ties in together, is because, look, again, I'm just being hypothetical here. I don't think that this article was true, but this is news, and this is something that's juicy to talk about. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. But if these so-called gamers that go out and they say Xbox doesn't want to support the hardcore, well, where the hell is the hardcore at when these games need to be selling at a certain point for them to earn the sequel? You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I say this, like, PlayStation does it differently, and PlayStation kind of commits to just doing sequels because that's what they do. But Microsoft, they don't. And that's their business strategy, and that doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that, look, if they're not they spent all this money on this game to be done, and the game comes out, and then you don't go support it because of the only one reason. Well, there's two reasons, but the main reason was because of Resolution Gate, and that because it's the X-Bone, and you didn't want to support it. Then why are you coming out here now, 5 years later or 4 years later, talking about, well, where is Sunset Overdrive 2? Why is it that Xbox would give up their property? You see what I'm saying? So I think that, there's a lot of contradiction. There's a lot of hypocrites out there. And where was the main support for these games if you wanted those games like that? If Xbox did sell the IP back to Insomniac? Anybody got any thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, when a game comes out at launch, it doesn't matter what the title is. There's only been really one huge really two successful titles. It was the original Halo with the Xbox, and then it was Super Mario 64. Launch titles really don't sell big numbers. But if they get a decent following, they usually get sequels. Like Rise, it deserved a sequel, and said Overdrive.
You talked to Marlo Briggs. Look at that.
But it's like people take a launch title, and even though it might be fire, right? But like I said, there's only been like two hugely successful launch titles with consoles, and look how far we had to go back. Original Xbox and Mario 64. You know what I'm saying? Sunset Overdrive did not get the support from day one, so Microsoft didn't reinvest. So people who played it after the fact, from free to Game Pass or whatever, however you got it in your hands, maybe they appreciate it, but the launch people did not appreciate it. And the launch people is really the hardcore. So when you take a handful of games with a hardcore crowd, you're gonna have the Forza people, the Halo people, the Gears people, and then you have people that take chances with other games. The other games is Rise. The other games is Sunset Overdrive. So when you get people talking craziness like, oh, it deserved a sequel, the masses really didn't support those two games. Because if they was hugely successful, which really, like I said, in the history of gaming, there's only been two major titles to ever do that, Microsoft would have supported it. Did they deserve? Do those games deserve a sequel? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, they deserve a sequel. Right now, Rise stands up right now graphically to everything on the market. And so does State of Decay at 900p. So that's how you got to look at it. You can't look at it, like K-Mega's right. A lot of people in these streets, they're frauding. They're definitely frauding. It ain't like y'all jumped on it day one. Y'all was out there when the system came out. Y'all went out there and purchased Sunset over because y'all didn't. Let's just stop.
Hey,
But
I ain't got that Rise Day One on they say Day One edition or something like that on there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and the Forza is the same thing. But it's just like K Mega's right. A lot of people out here fraud in the streets like they was day one people, and they was like a year and a half, 2
Oh
years
shit,
later.
there was people that was just now starting to play the game because it got in the Game Pass.
Facts. So what I'm saying, when I
say they
hear
love it, yeah.
when I hear the game is awesome. It's awesome. It was made by an awesome studio that's been making awesome games for Sony forever. But King Mega's 100% correct. Like, people out here frauding. Y'all wasn't day one people. If y'all was day one people, that game wouldn't have struggled in sales. And it was at 900,000 when they had 4 million consoles sold. Where was you at then?
So they listen to the media. They listen to
Facts.
people that ain't playing it. Instead of you going and doing your research, you go find out stuff for yourself. You go listen to reputable YouTubers that play these games. You ain't got to listen to us. There's other YouTubers that's out there.
But guess what? The best Dead Rising is Dead Rising 3.
A lot of people say that.
Right.
But that's a fact.
Yeah.
That was a launch
It
title.
even looked better.
We're not going to even go into that. But I'm just talking about this overall game. But you know what? K Mega is right. These dudes out here complaining, but y'all frauding. Y'all wasn't day one people. If you was day one, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying because we had it already. We don't have to say that. We bought the game day one. You saying it 5 years, 3 years later, 4 years later, that means you didn't have a system.
Well, one way I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't get Rise day one. Actually, when I did get Rise, I didn't get Rise day one because, like I say, I didn't want to invest in it. It was like, man, like I said, I had a newborn at the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was stuff like that going on where I had to, prioritize. I'm like, okay, it looked good. I watched Rise. You know what I'm saying? When it was using the Connect thing, I've been on Rise. So when I did get Rise, everybody wanted me to play the multiplayer. So then when I tried to play
which
the
came out
mode,
after the fact.
Yeah. So when I tried to play the story mode, at the beginning, I didn't feel like, oh, it's all right. And then, man, it come up. And then one day I sit there and took time and play, and everybody like, you're gonna enjoy that. And I just let loose. I think I went through it a whole day. I just played it. And I'm like, okay, I know what everyone's talking about. Even graphically right now, that game looks gorgeous.
Yes, it stands up to anything today.
And it doesn't have no HDR or any
none of that.
Nothing in that game. I mean, if they added
but
anything
it does
like that, it would
a sequel.
melt.
But we gotta realize when developers release a title on launch, a lot of them don't want to do that because the launch titles are never highly perceived and embraced. Because, like I said, there's only really 2 games that's ever been really embraced as a launch title, and it's Mario and Halo, and that's 2 big dogs.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore games. Yeah.
Right. So it's not like, Sunset Overdrive wasn't going to get that love in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Does it deserve it? We know Sunset Overdrive is a fun game. I didn't even beat that game. And there was so much to it. By the time they dropped the content, I was like, God damn, this game is the truth. We was on to many things because we buy multitude of games. But it did deserve a sequel. Does the sales reflect that? No.
It doesn't.
No,
and that's the thing that bothers me the most is that, like, this article, the media that pushed this out not only is exposing people out there that was calling the game trash, but then they're like, oh, I can't wait to play this on my PlayStation 4. Oh man, I can't wait to play this on my Switch.
Right.
Oh, I can't. Oh, and then when it came on PC on Steam, oh, I can't wait to play it on Steam. I thought the game was trash. I thought the game was terrible. But now you showed your true colors. You just don't like Xbox, right. And that right there is, I'm not going to ever say that about a PlayStation game. If right. Like, for instance, because this is going into it too before we get to our last topic to get out of here, but the Final Fantasy situation, like that because this is going to kind of be a segue. The Final Fantasy situation is like, if this game is only going to be an exclusive to PlayStation, I'm still going to get that game. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a PlayStation. I'm still going to play it. I'm probably going to double up. I might triple up. I might get, because I got like about 5 or 6 Final Fantasies on each thing that I have on my PC, on my Xbox now, and on PlayStation. I just love Final Fantasy like that. So it's like I'm gonna buy it on PlayStation and I'm gonna get it on the Xbox. And I'm really gonna play it on the PlayStation 4, but then of course I'm not gonna have no PlayStation 5, so I'm only gonna play it for a little bit just to get a little feel of it, and then wait for the Xbox version to come, because it will eventually have an Xbox version, and then I'll play it on the better console that gives me all the riches of why I bought the damn the X for. You know what I'm saying? So to play the best version. So the thing to me is just like Sunset Overdrive is. When did it become important? Because it really wasn't all that important back then. And it's just like with Alan Wake. Alan Wake only sold 27,000 copies at launch. Yes, did it go against behemoths? Yes, it did. But it still didn't live up to expectations after the behemoths were already gone. So to me, it's like all these people that caring about these games all of a sudden, man, whatever. It needs a sequel. Xbox needs to bring the sequel. To me, again, is Xbox, the Xbox One legacy, for me, kind of goes off of not only the features and for backwards compat, but for those exclusive titles that came out. If you don't bring any of those titles and kind of ignore them, then the Xbox One was pretty much, pretty much for the game situation, a failure. Not for the features and for the console itself, but for the games, a failure. Because you have to bring some of those games back. You have to. You have to bring some of those games back. You don't have to bring them all, but you at least have to bring 2 or 3 of those games back. You know what I'm saying? And my number one would be Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct has to come back. That's a given. And then you go from there. Either be Sunset Overdrive, you work something out with Crytek and let it happen with Rise.
Killer Instinct should be a no-brainer. It's over 12 million copies sold.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. So
over 12 million.
I really do have a strong thought that game is coming out. I'm just saying that because nobody hasn't heard anything from them in a while. So
I would go with Rise.
Just bring out another season 4. They don't even got to give a whole new game.
Xbox has to have a strong fighter. That fighter was one of the best fighters. It still is one of the best fighters out there this generation.
Hey, what's the name of that studio?
It killed Street Fighter 5. It killed, not only killed it in sales, but it killed it in
gameplay.
Gameplay. That game was, I'm saying, well, Street Fighter 5 graphically was dope. Now that I give it that, but it took Street Fighter 5 way too long for that momentum to get started. It took them 2 seasons for them to even get it right. Two seasons. You had to season 2 before they got it.
They had complete sales. The numbers was 1.6 million after 2 years.
Yeah,
that's not a Street Fighter game. That's crazy.
Street Fighter was knocking on heaven's door. It was about to go to that upper room. Street Fighter 5 was in trouble. They had no story mode.
It only got the Evo because of the popularity of the series, not because the game was good. Popularity of the series.
Yeah, no. So, but yeah, no. That I would definitely. It's to me, it's one of them things where it's just to me, it's a no-brainer. You have to have that fighter. You have to bring it. It was so good. You have so many people that played it. It's a love. A lot of people still love it and play it to this day. So that you can't take that away. You can't take that away at all. But anybody else want to address this before we get to the last topic?
We good.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Street Fighter 5 had no content. I was so happy that I got, because that's why I was going to buy the PlayStation and get the Street Fighter 5 bundle, because I was like, if I did that, I probably would be like, people call me an Xbox fanboy as it is, but I would I would have been done. I probably would have been done with PlayStation, bro. You gonna make me buy this console, and then this is the product that you're gonna have, and there's been no Street Fighter games in the history that was this bad. Like the moves and the graphics look really fantastic, but when you talk about the content, the least content from any Street Fighter in its history. We're talking about going back to the old beginning Street Fighter 1. It had more content, bruh. It was horrible. Anyway.
Yo, we got to pay the bills.
All right, go ahead.
Man, $2. There are PlayStation 4 people that want it Instinct. Facts.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
Killer Instinct's a dope game.
It's a fantastic fighter. Yeah, it's definitely one of the best fighters this generation.
And it improved on every season. Moves, graphics, frame rate, characters. Wow.
Yeah, it did. It's yeah. I mean, it just
That
makes
was
sense.
crazy. That was the first time I ever seen a game do that in terms of fighting.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Anyway,
Continue.
last topic we getting on. Right here, second party. Since I was saying it's like that kind of segue. The whole situation going on with Final Fantasy VII remake. Is it going to come to the Xbox? Is it not? It's just a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Is it not? PlayStation already gave an indication in their trailer, for one. And that was basically saying play it first on PlayStation 4. Then there was a lot of people that still thought logically about it. Was like, man, yeah, it's timed exclusive. This is just PlayStation just being PlayStation, right? Then an article comes out from IGN or somewhere, and it basically says, well, Square Enix says they have no plans of making this game for any other platform at this time. Then here they go running with it. It's not coming. It's only going to be. I sure feel sorry for Xbox fans. They begging for it. They begging. Now all you got to do, because a lot of people, again, I said this last week, have short memories. They have that selective amnesia. This happened again with Nier Automata. A lot of people asked those questions with that, and then there was like, we have no plans of making this game for that. They did that also with Hellblade. We had no plans of making any games at this time for any other platform at all. Then they did it again with Crash Bandicoot. They also did it with what's the other game? I can't. It was right there, and it just crossed my mind.
Anyway, Nier Automata.
Well, I already said Nier Automata. I was thinking of the other game, but anyway, regardless. What? Oh yeah, this is it. This is it right here. The difference is that Square Enix has done this before, and they said the same exact thing. But when it came to Xbox, when the whole Rise of the Tomb Raider thing came out, everybody and their mom, they even got their grandma, their aunties, they got their homie from around the block, and got their cousin to ask, was Rise of the Tomb Raider going to be exclusive on Xbox? And Square Enix buckled because they had so many people railroad their ass that they said, well, no, it's timed exclusive. And if you guys remember, it caused a shit ton of headaches and problems. Square Enix and Microsoft had issues. I think there was money being exchanged. All types of things went crazy because they breached their contract. Microsoft paid for the exclusivity, and they were supposed to market it as such, but they buckled to the pressure. And now, of course, nobody's drilling for one of the biggest, most wanted games of all time with Final Fantasy Remake, and nobody's asking these questions. They ask them, and then they just get an answer, and then they're cool with it. Nobody was drilling them like they did about Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is horrible. But the main thing of this topic is, are the second party exclusive deals a thing in the past for Xbox? And would you rather them have the second and third, and would you rather have just second and third party, not even have these exclusive time deals at all, and just all these games just become multi-plat like they originally were? That's the question I'm asking. Anybody want to jump in and take it?
Well, first of all, when you get down with like, there's always going to be second party deals, content, something bonus. We look forward to that. As gamers, we do look forward to that. Like when I pre-order something, I look forward to getting a bonus item, bonus outfits. Those deals ain't gonna never go away. Will it be the majority anymore? I doubt that. That's what I doubt. But they're not gonna go away. I don't think they're gonna go away. No, sir. That's it.
All right. What about you, Op?
Yeah,
I don't think they'll go away. I don't think they'll go away at all. Will they lessen? Maybe, because of course, if you see Microsoft, they're bolstering their first party right now. So I guess put more content in the Game Pass as well. So they won't disappear completely as well. As far as Square Enix right now, unfortunately, this is expected because they've done this shit before in the past as well. They're one of the bigger ones do that. Them and Bandai Namco. So yeah, it sucks. It could come on Xbox, just not now, but we don't know for sure. So we just gotta wait and see about this as well. So unfortunately, it's one thing. So it is what it is.
What about you, Live?
Man, this has just been a trend this whole generation. Anytime Xbox get timed exclusive, it's all about, well, when is it over? When PlayStation gets it, nobody gives a shit. They be like, they don't even ask the question. It'll be like, get it first on PlayStation. It'll be like, exclusive, that's all we need to know. You know, same thing for Xbox. When's it coming to PlayStation? Is it coming to PlayStation? Why don't you love PlayStation? Why don't you love PlayStation? Like, oh my god.
Oh, sucky.
Yo, bro, you know that's how that shit is. The freaking.
All right, I'm going to show you the prime example of what Live is talking about. And what kills me is the developers was a bunch of chumps. Okay? There was a bunch of chumps. They asked straight question to the developers of Battlegrounds. Is this exclusive? You had all of us trying to figure out, was this game exclusive? Remember that?
Yeah.
That showed that the developers are phony. Like, just answer the goddamn. They could have easily said, "Oh, it's timed exclusive until December, and then it's gonna be on PlayStation." They refused to answer the question straight up
because that was part of the marketing deal. They did what they were supposed to do, like Square Enix has done right by Sony, but they didn't do the same thing with Rise of the Tomb Raider because of the pressure. It was crazy. When somebody's paying you money for something and they tell you, look, you got to keep part of that contract is like, look, this is not only to try to bolster console sales for them and for sales for your game, to make it feel like this is the only place that this game is coming to. You got to hush your mouth. You can't say nothing. That's why Square Enix had to pay money back to Microsoft, because they knew that they fucked up.
But notice how when that happened, when that happened to Xbox, they were like, well, you know, it is what it is. But when it should happen to PlayStation, they were like, no, what the fuck? They can't do this. They can't do this. We're like, oh my God, like, calm down. We did this with Tomb Raider. What's the big deal? I thought it didn't matter. No, you don't understand. They're trying to hurt Sony. Like, oh my God, hurt Sony.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like I don't get it. That's why I'm asking. Shouldn't just these marketing deals just be eradicated? Period. So these games can just go to everybody.
They like the money. Can't do it.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm not talking about like. I'm not talking about marketing rights. I'm talking about the timed exclusives.
You can't do that. That's just like I'm saying. We should get rid of microtransactions. It's already in the game.
I'm not saying if you can't. I'm saying should they?
It should not, because for one, it's an open market. It's an open thing. You should not get rid of that. Why would you want to get it? I mean, I want money in my pocket. So why would I want to take that money and only long as I follow the guidelines and say, hey, I'm acting like it's exclusive, just like with No One Cares, right? When he came out, he never said that it was going to go over to another. He never said it was time. He never said anything. He did his job. But when it came over to Xbox, you know what I'm saying? Some people bought it. I didn't buy it, but I wasn't mad at it. Just like, I guess, was that multiple, what's that, the new Alliance game? People thinking that's really exclusive to Nintendo Switch. No,
it ain't.
No, it's going to be a time exclusive. Watch, it's going to come over because they can make more money. They're looking at the back end. It's just like a contract.
Well, I'm buying it on the Switch because that's where it's coming out. Yeah. I'm buying it on the 19th.
But I ain't buying it on the Switch because it ain't more impressive to me. It's still like a cell phone game to me. You know
Don't do that. Don't do that.
they
Don't
do.
discredit
And
it.
What looks like a cell phone game to you?
Marvel Alliance 3. That's like a cell phone game to me.
Oh,
No, it don't.
It looked really good. It looked dope.
Which one look better than that? Was that Omega look better than that?
No. First of all, you was not with me and K Mega.
I saw it on my own.
Let me finish. You was not with us in the Nintendo booth, and we saw people playing it. It does not look like a cell phone.
Nintendo people play everything.
You're not listening to what I said. You said it looks like a cell phone game.
It's a cell phone game. I'm gonna stick by it.
No, it ain't.
Cell phone game.
We're not gonna let you
really
with
dope,
that.
man. It looks
dope. You're bugging.
Really yeah, you tripping on that one. I can't.
You tripping. Right. We're not gonna go. We watched it played, and we was like, damn, that looks good.
Again, in the chat, we got one of those Phil haters in here. You know what I'm saying? Phil blames games. Phil blames gamers for not buying games, and then of course, Phil is the problem, not the answer. Phil can't make people buy games, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what I gotta say about that? Yeah. Remember when we heard the whole thing? Everybody was like, "Yo, Xbox needs to go get more Japanese games because the Japanese developers weren't putting games on Xbox." Microsoft don't determine that. Microsoft don't tell Japanese game devs not to put their games on Xbox.
Yeah,
they don't even come to them. They don't get to sit at the table.
When they put their games on the console and y'all don't buy them, that's how they determine whether or not they're gonna put their games back on. That's how it works. It has nothing to do with Xbox saying it's like.
Well, technically, hold on. Technically, let me say this for the record. There's a lot of games that drop on PlayStation that sell 40,000 units, but the Japanese devs still give it to them
because it's a handout.
It's a handout, exactly. It's a handout.
Oh yeah,
they don't.
Japanese looking out for Japanese.
Japanese company,
right?
Talking with Japanese devs.
Right. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. So everything is not about sales. Yeah. Everything is not about sales. They getting hand over favors.
Like Phil said,
I don't doubt that either.
Yeah, but you see, you still have to go over there to talk to them. It's a lot of Japanese games that's on Xbox. A lot of people don't go in that store to go see it.
Well,
are they AAA or Yakuzas? No. You know what I'm saying?
No.
A lot of them.
It's not as bad as it was at the beginning of the generation. Now it's a lot better. Pretty much you get all
better. Yeah, it's a lot better.
But I'm put this way. Let's ask everybody who in this panel and on it was like we got 52 million people watching in the world right now. How many of y'all play Killer is Dead? Killer is Dead.
Killer is Dead is dope. Yeah.
But how many
people don't know what that is?
Nobody don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't
know.
But
we know it. That's what you consider. Oh, I want this game. But how many units that Killer is Dead is sold?
Or not a lot. It's a hardcore game.
It's a hardcore. It's a Japanese game. It's crazy. I got my son playing it now.
It's dope. Yeah, especially when you fight. I'm in the third. I've got to the third stage.
Third act. I'm in the second act.
Yeah, third act. Oh yeah.
Let Mega pay the bills.
Okay, pay the bills. Cedric H. He said the double standards are funny and ridiculous between Sony and Xbox. There's no doubt about that. Let me just hit up Sir X-Man. He says, K Mega, why doesn't Microsoft advertise that they have almost all the Final Fantasies on Xbox? PlayStation doesn't do that. I mean, nobody does that. That's just that. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, I mean, if I could get it if you've seen PlayStation commercials advertising Final Fantasy, the older Final Fantasy games, but they don't. You know, they have the marketing rights to show Final Fantasy VII Remake, but they don't go out there and do that. So you can't jump on Xbox because they don't do the same. They advertised it on the Xbox because they showed, when you look on the thing, when you open it up, they showed that they had like these Final Fantasy games right there. When you go into the store, they show that they got a Final Fantasy section and all that. So it's not like that they're not, you know, if you thinking, I don't think that you got to watch out for certain things that would happen, that would appeal to the Western audience. And you showing Final Fantasy games of old, you know, I love 10. That's my favorite Final Fantasy game.
That's mine too. That's crazy.
I would get hyped, but there'll be people like, man, what the hell is this? This isn't Uncharted or Halo or, you know, or Gears or God of War. This isn't that. You know what I'm saying? This is the people want a Call of Duty or something else. Like you'll see Borderlands getting thrown out there, but you're not going to see Borderlands get advertised like you would.
It ain't gonna get advertised. It's not gonna be advertised.
Yeah, it's not gonna be advertised like.
It's like somebody talking trash and saying, "Yeah, I'm a Dark Souls fan." You know, that's a hardcore crowd. They don't sell 10 million copies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
that's a hardcore game.
Yeah,
just like AJ Billings just said. How many of you guys was crying about because Shenmue 3 was coming on just on PlayStation? You ain't ever played 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never played 1. Now it's in Game Pass. Go play it. That was one of the first. That was one of the first games that opened up open world.
You can play it on your PC through Xbox Game Pass. Like that, I was like, I went ahead and downloaded it. I'm gonna jump on it after I get. I'm gonna jump on it, but I'm gonna jump on it a little bit after I get done with Shadow of War and play me a little bit of Mortal Kombat and Samurai Showdown. I'm gonna jump. That's gonna be the next game I'm gonna have in between Madden and Gears. I got this shit all set up. So I just. Like, to me, it's one of those things. It's just I just think that the second party for me, the timed exclusives. If I know it's business and I know it's not going to go away, but it's just more chaos. It's just more chaos to me. It really is. I mean, because Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to Xbox. It is. It's going to come to PC. It is. They're going to make all the money that they need on this game because I don't have the numbers of how much they spent on that game, but damn it, they're going to have to recoup as much money as they possibly can and just put it on the PlayStation where it'll probably sell a good 7 million. That ain't enough, Jack. They got to get more than that. 7. I think it'll sell. I think it'll sell 7 because they gonna sell between 5 and 7 on the PlayStation. That shit. I think it'll sell between.
No, because guess what? Because you got
a lot of deep fans. You got a lot of deep fans.
It ain't turn based anymore. It ain't turn based anymore.
It is turn based.
You can switch it.
It's an option.
You can switch it. It's an option.
Well, I'm switching. Fuck all that turn based.
No. That I agree with you. I like action RPGs, but it's an option now.
That's why I like.
Back in the days, we didn't have that option.
Yeah, like that's why I liked the last Final Fantasy.
You got an option.
But I had an option. And then guys in the West don't like to think. They don't like to use their head. Even though it was a JRPG and you were swinging, you had to use tech. I mean, what I ain't gonna say. You have to strategize what you're going to do. You know, I'm gonna make this do this. I'm gonna make this person do this. I'm gonna make this person do this. It make you think. But a lot of people don't want to think. They just want to shoot them up, bang bang, all the time. You want the easy.
I don't know.
Remember the Japanese had to change their RPG model for one game. And I'm gonna ask the panel a question. What game changed RPGs for Japanese?
The one that I can think of right off the top of my head is Final Fantasy 15, but I know it's something else.
It was Mass Effect. Made them change their whole strategy. Once Mass Effect launched with the action RPG side, or made them change from their format.
That took away from turn-based. I thought
from turn-based.
Oh, you're talking about
Mass
what
Effect.
game that did
Mass Effect took over. Okay. Now everybody wanted JRPGs. I mean, everybody wanted action RPGs. Nobody wanted no turn-based. It seemed like it was outdated. Then you had games like Dragon Age. The first Dragon Age was turn-based, right? And after that, what happened? It became
it's more
action.
Yeah.
Right. That's what changed. It changed from the Japanese style of games to action.
And I think that's why so many people gravitate to Persona because it still keeps traditional turn-based. But that group, that 2.5 million. But regardless. Anyway, all right. Chuck, did you have anything to say about this before we get out of here?
About the because I know y'all went off the turn base, but the original topic was
the original topic, yeah.
Nah, I was just looking at the win, but nah, I'm good.
Okay, all right, bro. all right, man. Well, let's go ahead and do our sign outs. If you want to put your fellow of the week in there, definitely do it. Let's start with you, Operations. What is your fellow of the week, and what is and where can they find you at, bro?
Fail of the week. I gotta think. Maybe whoever bought that bathwater from that fucking streamer. I'm sorry, you.
What?
If I see that on your receipts, bro, that's an L for life. I'm sorry. There is no way to explain that.
Bathwater?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
you didn't
this
hear about
little...
that?
You and Bloody always got a subject that I ain't
No,
never heard
that
of.
was
This
national
blew up over
news.
Twitter.
Yeah,
That was national news. Somebody spent like over 10 racks for that shit.
No, that was for the P. That was for the P, not the bathwater.
Oh yeah, for the P. Yeah, but yeah, this little chick was she's like a little like she's an
Instagram model.
Instagram model, yeah. And so she showed a picture
Wait, is she?
of a.
Or she's a streamer.
No,
probably both. I don't know.
She's not a streamer. She's an Instagram model or something like that. But anyway, showed a little picture of a little ass and some bath water.
Oh my God! Really?
That she'll put it in a bottle and she'll sell it for $30, and she got paid. She got paid, and so
I'm in the wrong business. I should be a pimp.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say. I was like, if I see your I'm
not doing that.
Post
no,
a picture
we're not
saying
doing that.
my bath water. I'll be like, hey, Mega, why don't get that invite to GRG? Hey.
No, I'm good. I'm good. That's crazy.
But yeah, anyway, so she posted that. She posted a picture of herself in there and then, so she sold a lot. But then there was an article, which is fake, that because you can't get herpes by drinking bath water. So
I don't know.
You can get some other diseases. You can get some other diseases, but you can't get not like that. But they said it's gross. But there's people that drunk it and they got sick. So
X 100, he's always in the
Why
clinic.
don't you drink it though?
Because there's some freaky ass people out there that has no life. None.
Water. You drink
look, hey man, you take that $30 and you go ahead and you try to save up to get a couple of more dollars, and then maybe you can find something out there to help you out.
Ain't gotta worry about that. You married.
It's crazy.
You married. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
They would have been better off just scooping some water out their toilet. They'd have been fine.
I don't even think that the girl was bathing and put the water in the jar. That's just bullshit.
She could have put some real water in
there. They said these dudes drinking bath water like the church offerings. That's bad.
I mean, there was a lot of these freaky motherfuckers that bought it. It was crazy. But yeah, that is definitely a fail of a week for any guy or girl that went ahead and bought that girl's bath water. That's
up there too. Yeah, that's supposed to be the smartest.
You know what?
I ain't knocking her hustle though.
I'm not gonna say that's your. I'm not. It's not a fail. Please support me like that. I'm selling paper clips and fingernail files left over. Please buy that for me. I got that.
Goodness. Anyway. All right. Livewire, where can they find you at? What's your fail of the week?
Livewire Gaming. My fail of the week is Chris Paul getting thrown to OKC. Damn, that shit sucks.
Other Zine,
he ain't gonna be there long, but
other Zine, I was okay. You know what I'm saying? A little tidbit. I am with someone that is a physician, so that's you know what I'm saying. So that's why I know, because I had to ask. All right. So that's how I know. The old lady tells me. She's in the medical field. So anyway.
Yeah, she sells illegal Ritalin.
$40 a pill, bitches. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
You stupid.
Tell my sister I'm sorry.
She's in there. She's in there with a whole girl talking.
Thank God. Thank God she ain't hear me.
We need someone away from Prozac.
I know, right?
No, I need the Viagra that's what you call it? Synthetic.
You stupid. Okay, all right.
Ginseng.
Where can they find you at Livewire? Here we go, man. Look, I'm trying to make it to 2.5. Let's go. Where they can find you, Livewire?
Oh, on my channel, Livewire Gaming.
All right, cool. All right. Triple Cup Chuck, where can they find you at, man? What's your fail of the week?
My fail of the week, man, mine don't have nothing on what OP has overpowered has said. So
overpowered.
I kind of feel like, man, I don't need to even say this one. But because his was extreme. that put mine to the little kitty jar. So, but anyway, though, you can find me at Triple Cup Chuck at on Heroic Vibration on Thursdays. You can find me here on Fridays. And I'd like to thank everybody for saying they've been rocking out with me and everybody in the chat. I ain't got my stuff.
1,000.
Hey, I ain't got my chat hooked up where I can see the chat. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the chat. And I know people probably was speaking and stuff like that, but I wasn't able to get into the chat this time. You know, I'm going through this. We about to go through this hurricane. It's supposed to hit me 6 o'clock Central Time. So
start selling old alligator skin.
I know. Start selling alligator crawl water. That's what you call it. Yeah, get some hurricane water. Put it in a jar and call it crawl water. You go make
Triple Cup Chuck selling hurricane water.
Hey, $15 a pop. $15, $20 a pop. You go sell that shit. Hurricane water. That crawl water.
Fresh off the Essence Festival.
Yo, better yet, catch a gator. Sell some gator piss.
Yeah, call it crawl water.
That's gator testicles on deck. Let's go.
All right, man. Here we go.
Through plastic.
Oh my God. Okay, 100. Where can they find you at? What's your fell of the week? Look at him. He talking. Look at him.
He like, you can find me at Vaughn's buying your asparagus.
Buy asparagus. Getting pictures of
we're not doing that. We're not
in a swimsuit.
Everywhere. You know, it's too hard to be found. I was sending.
Hey, where can they find you at? Hey, is that Sugar Mama still out there at Vaughn's where she where she showing
sending 100 bikini shots. Bikini shots in front of him.
In front of us. We was like, what?
I tried to run with this woman.
He said, yo. He said, yo, let's not get on that line. I said, I'm going on that line.
Yeah. That
showing
was the
my man 100 bikini shots.
That
she said, ain't that girl pretty? Ain't that girl pretty? I'm like, yup.
No, that girl crazy.
100
looking crazy.
That was a Sugar Mama, man.
I told you
she gave us that discount. She gave us that discount.
She crazy, and I told you I didn't want to go on that line.
She gave us that discount. That's all I know.
And y'all want to go on the line, you sit there.
When I go up there next, when I go back out there next year, I'm going in that line again to get that discount. And you're gonna be right there with me, so I can go ahead and get that double discount.
Now, you know what she gonna do? You know what she gonna do next time, K Mega? She be like, honey, I got them Lakers tickets.
Woo! I got them Lakers tickets. Well, honey, gonna have them big.
I'm gonna have to grab that motherfucker by his neck. You gonna take this for the team? You gonna get the tickets?
For the tickets, yeah. So I can boot.
No, they was cold with that. That's my failure week because they sent me and I said I want to go on this line because I told you she crazy. I broke it down. I gave her the whole bio thing and she sat there and showed them a picture. You could have been out here with me.
Woo!
Said, you ain't shit.
Okay, did I miss anybody? Okay, no. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. My fill of the week is these fools out here that's doing crazy shit with ice cream, with Listerine, with I see somebody with tea, spitting in tea. I swear to God, on everything I love. If I walk and I see these young ass kids doing, I'm sliding their ass, man, and I'm going to call security to come take their ass away. If I see some nasty shit like that, I'm trying to get me some Blue Bunny, and somebody's over there eating some shit about my Blue Bunny. Are you kidding me? You kidding me?
You gotta drop kick them.
My fat ass can jump and drop kick. Trust me, I can. Now I might not be able to get up. It hurt, but I'll drop kick their ass. I promise you that. But I'll tell you what, dog, that's disgusting. That's the fill of the week. Like, look, I know a lot of people out here wants to get some kind of 15 minutes of fame, but not being like that. That's just
foul. Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's foul.
The looking at the ice cream, they caught that thought. They caught that thought.
They sure did, but then they catch all them
now
thoughts.
Now the dude spitting it in iced tea.
Oh boy, bruh.
Please let me catch that
I
fool.
would have slid his ass. I would have did some something.
Hey, so what they doing? What's going on with that?
The dude going into stores, he's opening the iced tea and he's spitting it.
Yeah, there's. First, I thought it was like. Hold
on. What he going to like the grocery store?
Yes, yes. The closest place so far was
That's
in
disgusting,
Texas.
son.
The dude that did the I thought it was like a not to make it out, but I thought it was a gay thing because it was all for the first 3 people they showed were gay people, right? And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why would y'all depict yourselves doing wild shit like that? And then it just turned into this phenomenon of just young fools out there running around doing wild shit, spitting in there, putting their hands in the ice cream, having other people put their hands in the ice cream, eating it, and then putting it back on the shelf, on the shelf. Then
they giving them felony charges
good,
on top of that.
Good, that's
felonies.
That's contamination.
But it might be. But I was like, a felony? God damn, they not playing.
One person went up there and grabbed
homegirl facing like 10 years.
Grabbed Listerine, drunk it, gurgled it, and spit it back into the Listerine bottle and put it back on the shelf. Bruh.
You know what? I don't even want to. You know what? You're gonna make me not buy nothing.
Hey, bro, like I said, if I ain't going into a Brahms or a Baskin Robbins or something and getting my
what you got to do is just check your lids, man. No. Make sure they not.
Make sure it's sealed. Yeah,
it's sealed. Make sure it's sealed. You ain't got to worry.
I need to get on a diet anyway. So regardless,
anyway, the first one on the shelf.
Hey, if you guys have not, you know what I'm saying. You know the saying. If you guys do not have to go to work, you need to be gaming. Because I definitely got to go to work. Ain't gonna be no gaming for me. I got to go straight to bed. But if you ain't doing no gaming and you ain't got to go to work tomorrow, then you know what you need to be doing. What you need to be doing?
Dance off.
Fact.
For you virgins out there that don't know what that is, that's what's got you here, suckers.
All right, everybody. Have a good one. Peace. Peace.
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.